can't kill me.
Because you're already dead inside.
Alright, we are good. We are a go-go.
Stupidest name ever. My name's Golden Town.
Ancient a go-go.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Just gonna say nobody's had my name before. I don't think.
So
had your name before?
No one.
Phil?
Yep.
Okay.
I think a town might have
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The town of
been
Skeleton.
a lot of places.
Probably in some plenty of D&D games.
Skeleton.
Okay. So, yep. The sun has been blocked out by this massive ship that is hovering over the downtown area of Metro City.
I'm gonna turn on the news.
Okay. All the stations are covering it. They just have their cameras pointed up at it. There's a lot of academic experts and various people in the community all giving their opinions on why the aliens have come. And Mike Hagar pages all of you to come to his office immediately as they're running crisis management, and he wants the...
Crime-Man Squad.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're there.
Okay. And I'll just assume, especially for Mantis, that you're following your usual MO with for your public appearances, where you have the human-like face over your head. Okay.
Does he do that when meeting the mayor?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys are the Racketeers?
Yes.
Yes, we
Okay,
are.
yeah. Racketeers. Glad you made it. As you see, we have a situation.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yes. You see, there in his office, the furniture's been moved around, kind of scrunched a little bit. He's got like a science team that's set up in there, and it looks like they're just sending various radio frequencies, trying to initiate communication with the ship. So far, they've all been negative, and it appears that one of your associates, the Sentinel, has been captured by his menace, the Metro Menace. So I don't think he'll be assisting you this mission, but this takes priority. I mean, all Metro City is in danger so long as this ship is here, hovering there with unknown intentions. We've been mulling our options here. As you can see, I have my science team attempting to initiate communication. And right now, we've come up with two concrete options, and he has a chalkboard brought in with the two options written on the chalkboard. One says, blow it out of the sky, and two says, send a team in by helicopter. Now, we've... somebody rushes into the room and hands the mayor a folder, and he says, "Oh, we've got some updates here from from DC." And he opens the folder and starts leafing through it. All right. Well, apparently, when this ship was descending through our atmosphere, a missile strike was already attempted, and it was unsuccessful. So we might need larger ordnance if we actually want to do damage to this thing. But again, that could endanger the city. I would consider sending a SWAT team or something like that aboard the ship, but these are aliens. And, well, diplomacy, extremely effective combat. I would prefer to send the Racketeers over the SWAT team if you are up for the challenge.
I might fit right in.
And you have the authority on this situation? Not
So long as it's hovering over my city, this is our problem. And apparently, as I said, the federal government already attempted a measure and it was unsuccessful. So, as far as I understand, unless some men in black come into this office and tell me that everything's being transferred, we will assume control for now.
all right. Well, what's the pay?
He opens his drawer and is looking at his superhero budget for the month.
It's exorbitant.
Yeah, I know. He's sweating. And he says, well, given whatever the outcome of your mission, we'll certainly have bonus payouts. But certainly for all of you assuming the risk of boarding the ship and carrying this out in the goodwill of Metro City, I'd say that's worth, for each of you, $500,000. And depending on what you salvage from the ship, perhaps we can negotiate salvage rights. I know for you especially, Mr. Endar, that some of your technologies could benefit from alien salvage material.
Absolutely.
All right. Whatever we do, we'll try and salvage as much for the city and for all of you, and keep the greedy federal government away from it.
It's a very Tony Stark thing.
Yep.
Where they messed up New York, and then he got paid to clean it up.
He receives another update. He says, "All right, we've got a cell phone camera of something," and he brings it up on his computer monitor. And it's somebody taking a cell phone camera of what looks like a newscopter that had flown up to the ship. It's time stamped about an hour and a half ago, and it appears to dock inside the ship. So it looks like, I'll have to contact the news stations, but it looks like private citizens have already made contact. Hopefully, whoever's up there isn't doing more harm than good. But you will have potential civilians up there, but you have full authority while you're up on that spaceship to do what's necessary.
Whatever's necessary. Alright. The Racketeers are on the job.
How can we refuse?
Damn right.
So far, all the ship has done is just held position up there. So I think for your approach, you shouldn't have to deal with any hazards, but be ready for anything.
Always are.
All right. Well, there's a lot of worried citizens looking up, wondering who will bring them salvation, and I'm glad it's in your hands. And he leans back in his chair.
If we're not back in 30 minutes, call the president.
Very good. That's what I like to hear.
Okay.
Flashback. I'm not wearing a mask.
Okay.
You're not?
Is this your public unveil of the mantis face?
Wait,
So I,
this
this,
is
is
what
what
I
I
was-
was, this is what I was thinking about, because
Okay.
actually, like if we're on like official business, like in costume business,
Yeah.
then I would be face out.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess when you're in
It's
the mayor,
more like
yeah,
my
when you
cover, like when I'm just like doing day-to-day stuff, I'd be.
Yeah,
Wearing
otherwise
my
you'd be like,
Because
why
otherwise,
this normal guy hanging out with these
Yeah,
guys?
yeah,
and people that come into your shop will be like, hey,
yeah.
you're part of the
It's
Racketeer.
part- Yeah. The whole point is like I'm.
So
Okay.
he's full. He's full
Okay,
man.
full man.
That's good.
That makes sense.
That's fine.
Full matches.
Bug-faced right now.
Good old bug.
Okay. So we're just gonna stretch up there, right?
All right.
Can you
I
can you
jump on
lift
his
us?
back.
Nope.
I don't think I can say.
We're gonna helicopter jump onto it, obviously.
Yeah. That's always cool.
As you guys are about to head back down to the ground floor, wherever your route was away from his office, you all feel like a strange kind of wave or pulse kind of move through your body, and the lights flicker. And the mayor looks up and says, "That must have come from the ship."
Oh my God.
Yeah, it kind of was like a shock feeling. It wasn't exactly pleasant, but it was just very temporary. Like now you're starting to feel normal again.
Convert us into alien tofu.
Did it cause anything to move?
No, just again, just sensation.
People
The
and the lights.
electricity kind of temporarily but then
What nefarious things could these illegal
Kill these
aliens be up to?
fuckers real fast. Make them into alien babies. Harvest their organs.
Was your character saying this?
Maybe. Under my breath.
Alright. And then just as you're about to leave the office, all of the monitors change. Mayor Hayer has a little computer monitor, his TV. Looks like whatever the TV channels were broadcasting has been intercepted by somebody that Phil is very familiar with.
Oh no.
It is Eternal
Eternal.
Nemesis.
My nemesis.
Alright. And he says, "Hello, Metro City. Behold, the messengers have arrived." And you see he's on some hilltop and he's gesturing to the ship, and he says, You need only stay in your homes, relax, for soon the messengers will bring us all to a new level of existence. And I, Eternal, have summoned them here.
Oh my god!
And then he says, just try and stop me, Racketeers. And what would Eternal's supervillain outfit be, Phil? Like you just tell me.
Shit.
He is your arch nemesis. I was thinking something like robes with like a big spiral galaxy on it or something.
I'll go with
like that. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
So he kind of looks like a wizard from like Dungeons and Dragons or something. But
I'll take it.
What the hell is Dungeons and
yeah.
Dragons?
And Phil, you have intelligence on Eternal. He is your nemesis.
No.
His powers are
What happened to the
transmutation,
one?
precognition, and immortality.
Oh my god!
Precognition?
Yes.
You can just do this.
Holy
The big man. Big man
Oh
don't
my
fuck
God.
around.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
All right.
Next he'll just do it with his teeth.
And after Eternal's little message goes through, the mayor says, "All right, and there'll be a bonus payout, a bounty on that man,
Oh yes.
dead or alive. Just I need proof of his demise."
Dead.
I'm sure that's 99.9%.
Not saying how we do it. It's
Run
just
to the core.
likely.
Okay.
I don't know, new level of existence. Maybe we
No.
You don't know what it is.
Well, I know what he is, and it's bad.
He's a villain.
He's a villain in disguise.
If he's the opposite of you, I like him already.
No.
I'll be honest, Skeleton Town sounds like the bad guy.
Yeah. Eternal sounds like
That's the.
Like,
that could be
That's
that could be
how
good.
that's how he gets you.
Maybe you're the infiltrator.
No. He's
Why
part
you
of
kidnap this
he's part
guy?
of a
Why'd you
secret
say
evil
this guy
cult.
does again?
Yeah.
What does this cult do again?
They do bad shit.
How do you?
I mean, we
They
specific.
have-
Some
abduct-
people write that
They
we do
abduct
bad
children. They abducted me and made me a cult member once. Not that I'm not anymore. Anyhow, he is.
I don't know.
Well, he brings up a good point. If he was a cult member, look how terrible he turned out.
Eternal, he'll turn out way.
So-
He's already worse. They got him.
Well, that's for afterwards. We're gonna fuck up some aliens.
Okay. Well, then we are in agreement.
Do we want to try to negotiate first?
With the aliens,
Yeah.
do you think that
Do
they're?
you think they
they
speak
made-
our language?
Well, we'll see what he looks like.
Well,
So
that's
if
what we're
they're-
gonna base it on.
Yeah.
If they're scary, we're gonna diddle them.
if they're mantises,
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
are you saying you're from another planet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was spit by an Earth Mantis.
The best diplomacy is coercion. So we just need to get leverage.
Yeah, I guess they bite off heads.
That's what happened to him.
That should be your MO. You should just bite off people's heads. So that's what mantises like. Fuck them and then bite their heads off. That's what mantises
That's
do.
what your character
So
can
then, would you eat the heads, or would you have them as like shrunken heads in jars in your shop? Like as people go by, they just see all these like, like these little
Probably
heads
not
floating.
that.
Okay.
Alright, let's get in the helicopter.
All right. So you're all gonna head over to your what's your company's name? Just Endar Industries or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna head to the Endar Industries corporate campus, get in a helicopter, and fly up to the spaceship. That's the plan.
Oh, yeah.
I find it BS that they don't just come pick us up at the mayor's office.
Well, they could do that too, but you'd have to go onto the roof.
That seems easier.
All right. Go to the roof. Yeah. It's probably about maybe 15,000 feet up, so it's pretty high up, the spaceship. It would be a big stretch.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. No, not 15, like 10,000.
That's why we're taking the helicopter.
Okay,
We
yep.
can stretch one at a time, right? Pull us up there one at a time.
You have to be self-reliant.
By
Just
getting in
solve
my
all your problems.
by getting in my corporate helicopter.
Yeah.
Hey,
Find your own
if we get this, you can get your own helicopter because it's $500,000 each. Was it each or total?
Yep.
It seems impractical
Just
for
for
us
going,
each to own
just for
one.
going on.
Usually going to the same place.
But if we all fly,
Can't we
it'll
use
look
a
more
keyword?
badass.
all their own helicopter, their own pilots.
That way, in case Phil's goes down, we still have 3 other members.
Mine's.
Like
Okay,
jetpacks,
say.
we could each get our own jetpack.
That would be cool.
That's not here though.
Yeah, we're just discussing this while we're on the helicopter. Casual
helicopters.
conversation.
More helicopters and jetpacks.
All right. Do you have different class helicopters in your company? Like, do you have smaller ones, bigger ones?
It's all stuffed in.
Like,
this little
should I picture
helicopter.
like a Chinook, like a big military transport helicopter?
I
Or
can't imagine I'd have one.
okay, so probably just a kind of standard.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean I'm sure it's very new and like
Passenger
it's got all the nice amenities and features. Okay,
Scotch champagne in the back.
all right.
Oh yeah.
Well, then your personal pilot is ready to pick you guys up.
Bill,
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome aboard, sir.
I'll be doing some
And to you, Racketeers.
high altitude flying today, Bill.
Yeah, I see that. Chance of a lifetime.
You're gonna have to get us real close.
All right. Hopefully this thing is docking bays of some kind.
Well, we'll make one.
All right.
It's just something cool you'd say, all right?
All right. You guys all strap in.
Oh yeah.
Strap.
I'm strapped.
I'm always strapped.
All right. Clear for takeoff. And then he starts up the blades again
I'm gonna go in shadow form.
in your chair.
Yep.
Okay.
You strap up and then you strap
I know.
out.
Strap up, strap out.
You just shoot back.
What happens if he's in shadow form, but there was like a strobe light or something?
Is it like
What if would he just?
I mean,
slip
it
through
would
the
be.
cracks?
It would have to be a
Of the
light-based
plane?
attack to do anything.
But you can only be in shadow form in a shadow, right?
No.
Not that I know
Is
of.
it shadow?
That's
just
what I
kidding.
thought I read.
No, that was my dude in fucking Godbound.
What?
No, wait, what?
I don't think so.
I don't.
Where's the book? I want to confirm.
I want to know. Does the shadow move through things?
No.
You can't go through like a solid wall.
Okay,
That's
that's
what you're
what I was
asking.
wondering. Yep.
He needs to go.
And I need to be
Yeah.
like on something too. I can't like just like in shadow form fall down
Like you have to be a
From the
shadow
house.
on a surface.
on a surface. Yeah.
Like you turn into 2D Mario.
yeah.
Okay,
it's
I
a
was
wall.
wondering if you would just seep out of the helicopter.
No, I can't.
Okay, so you can't. Yeah, I was wondering too. Like, ah!
Yeah.
Once it takes off, fall
What
through
was
the
that
floor.
ability called?
Alternate form.
Oh, that's what it is.
So it was. I have immune to physic. They just wrote physic.
You
so
have
physical.
wall crawling and invisibility limited to while you are surrounded by shadows or dim lighting.
So you would probably want to have light suppression equipment with you to help sometimes. Like,
Like a gun.
does that suppress light?
shoot-
I mean,
you
it's
shoot
shooting out
light
light
bulbs.
bulbs. Yeah.
Can.
If he's like, if he's like on the beach with like no cloud cover, it would be very difficult to use shadow
You'd have to
form.
dig into the sand and then.
Which would make sense.
Yeah.
But
All
at
right.
nighttime, we're like in.
I mean, so
Alleyways
far Studs
or-
has used it like in a warehouse,
Yeah.
An
in a
alley.
hotel.
And
Yeah,
an
so it's been environments where I think shadows were logically
Mm.
present
It makes
there.
sense,
So
especially a warehouse. Like I assume we probably wouldn't. I think we would at night, so I mean that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still lights there. But there's plenty of stuff in the warehouse. There's casting shadows. I think I could probably move
Shadow,
around.
shadow.
Are there cheesecakes on their side of that wall?
Yes.
yeah. You need shadow form
I
to
will
reach
take
them,
that.
Thomas.
I'll
Bring
take one.
that curtain down.
I'll take some.
Yeah. Well, just
Here.
help up
Are we
yourselves.
playing Cosmic?
Someday.
Never gonna happen.
That piece has been sitting there for months.
Oh, I thought it was like a piece of candy that someone just
Cosmic
ate.
candy.
All right. You start climbing. From the rooftop of City Hall, you're about 2,100 feet up. It's a nice, humongous building. Because I think the Burj Khalifa is like 1,800 feet or so. All right. Anyway, no, it's probably more than that. I don't. My skyscraper height is.
Let's find
Man,
out.
give me a cross reference like Empire State Building or something.
Well, the
100.
Burj Khalifa is
Yeah.
2,700.
Okay. And I said like 18.
Willis Tower, 1,400.
Okay, alright, so there you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Alright. So you have, yep, to get to like the 10,000 feet of where the spaceship is, he starts climbing. You get about halfway there, a little bit above 5,000 feet, and you guys feel another pulse hit you. This one is stronger. It's definitely more painful. and you see like little sparks of electricity inside of the helicopter.
Oh my god.
And it gets very quiet. You don't hear the revving of the blades anymore.
Oh shit.
And Bill doing the controls. He says, "I've lost power."
We gotta get out of here.
Save us, Phil.
I got a grappling hook.
Yep. So right now he's like doing a controlled descent, but it might start getting
How far
really
away
wild.
are we from the ship?
Oh boy, it's about 3,500 feet up.
Stretch your arms through the helicopter.
That's pretty far, man.
Yeah.
We're tangled up.
Tangle up what?
Get in the mix.
What are you talking about? What are you trying to say?
And the
Explain
distance,
what your thought
the
here
distance is going to get larger
Tangle
as he
what up?
stretches
The
because
helicopter?
the helicopter's falling.
Yeah, like
Probably
blades.
fast.
We're falling.
Shit falls fast. It's gonna fall away.
It's really dangerous,
Okay.
Thomas.
Can we step
Parachute.
back a minute?
Parachute.
Oh, now you want me to be a parachute?
Where am I?
Before I had Mantis Man jumping on my back. Now we want the
And
parachute.
he jumped on my back too.
Hold on. Let's step back. Why are we falling?
The
There's
helicopter.
no power to the
Helicopter's
helicopter.
lost power.
The electricity came back through. And
Oh,
hit
so
us.
we're still in the helicopter.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah,
falling.
we're falling.
Yep.
You're in free fall.
Alright.
What do we do?
I guess I will try to be a parachute.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
also
gonna-
look for a parachute in the helicopter.
I'm just gonna concentrate on force fielding. Force fielding for all of us.
I'm gonna just stay in shadow from some of you physical damage.
Okay. So you'll be a shadow when this helicopter crashes.
If it crashes.
Yeah. You're going to be a parachute to support yourself and those two?
No, I'm gonna parachute the helicopter.
Oh, you're going to try and save the whole helicopter. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look to see if there's any actual parachutes also here.
Alright.
We're
The blades...
superheroes, we don't need
The blades are decelerating, but they are still spinning pretty fast. Are you still going to try and get your canopy above it with that?
Behind it. On the tail.
Like,
Oh, so as it's doing that,
Yeah.
then you... Okay. That makes sense.
I mean, it's front heavy, I would assume.
Yep, no, and Bill was keeping it as level as possible, but now it's he has no control anymore, so... Okay. And Phil, you are just bracing for impact?
I was looking to see if we have any actual parachutes in here in case of emergency.
There's two.
I'll grab
One for the pilot and one for Mr.
You have to be self-reliant.
I'm self-relying on one of these parachutes.
Alright, so you grab one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna run through
Well,
the
no, one of those is for the pilot. You guys are
Yeah.
superheroes.
You're gonna have to fight me for that.
Oh my god. Chuck your ass out of this helicopter.
Okay.
I'll go up front next to the
No,
next to the
that's fine.
pilot.
That's fine. You can. I'll let the pilot have the parachute. I'll let you jump on your back.
I'm parachuting off the tail of the helicopter.
Well, I guess
Just starfish, you'll be fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
if your plan works, we're not gonna.
I
fall.
know, yeah.
If
So-
you force field the helicopter, you say you're going to try to force field the helicopter?
I am. I mean, not the helicopter.
Oh.
Unless I can.
I don't know.
That would... What's your power
It just
level
says
for
effect
force
of
field?
8.
8? That might be... That might be good enough.
Just starfish. Works every time.
Okay, and your stretch is...
7.
Alright.
But it could be 8 if
you
I
really-
sacrificed a stat. Like my...
Permanently?
Yeah, because that's a minor
Ah.
whatever.
Do you have it banked right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if the moment needs it, I will sacrifice my awareness.
So you have incredible...
You can do that at any time.
You have incredible stretching and you have amazing force field.
Amazing.
Yep.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Maybe if I turn you into a baby,
Right.
you'll be lighter, and so
As you parachute, it's the helicopter's a heavy thing.
yeah.
And you know, okay, you're gonna slow it down, but the crash would, you can tell as it's falling that the crash would still be quite bad with no other impactors affecting it. It's still falling easily at like probably 40 miles an hour.
know Mr. Fantastic
Yep.
parachuted a 747
Are you Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah.
and saved it. So
That's
So we're
true,
all
but he has super strength too. I think
no, he doesn't.
they just make his stretching just that.
It was a giant parachute.
All right, let me. That's true. Right. All right,
Yeah,
let me.
wouldn't
I'm
this
gonna
be-
consult the
Wouldn't this be
stretching.
the equivalent of you holding a helicopter? Like strength-wise, when you just lose grip?
I wrap my arms around it, and then my body is gigantic. It's
So,
a big
It's
parachute.
not like
I mean-
he's lifting it up and holding it.
Yeah, I'm
He's
not
just-
holding
he's
it. It's
gripping
just
it.
air resistance.
Yeah,
So stretching
It makes
elongates your body and limbs.
as much as stretching out to a parachute makes sense.
Can't find a specific image of
But
him
like,
doing it.
I mean, it makes sense in a way that there's like force being exerted upon you.
Well, for now, the impact will be
I don't even get
significant.
to roll, Sean. I don't even get to roll. What world is this?
Yeah. No, you probably do. I was just looking at the benchmarks. Now look at the. Okay, here we go.
You guys look like you're in trouble.
What happens when it explodes and you're surrounded by light? How does that work?
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Oh shit!
He comes off a shadow form and just it just dies.
I'm on fire.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'll have it. I'll have it set to a roll. So. Okay. Mang, you can roll your d6 and add your stretching.
Here we go. Oh yeah, 11.
Okay. Okay, so that is a marginal success for the table. So it's going to have a similar effect to as I described. I mean, you cut the falling rate in more than half, but it's still falling.
I'm gonna try to.
But you've got a force field as well. It's
Yeah.
teamwork. Thomas, you're channeling your force field.
Yep.
You can roll your d6 with your force field ability.
I got some D6s. I don't need all those.
Let me use this one. The green boy.
I could do this as a pyramid test.
3. Do I add something to it?
Your stretching power.
11.
So you also rolled an 11. Okay. And Phil, you're bracing, or you got your parachute.
I do have my parachute,
Yep.
so I'm gonna hang out near the door, but I'm still gonna be bracing.
Okay, but you're not gonna jump out of the helicopter. There's still time.
Okay, here I want to try to do something. I got my grappling hook and cord. I got my parachute.
Okay.
I want to tie the end of my rope to my parachute strap.
And the other end around my neck.
And then the other end with the hook, I want to hook onto like one of the skis of the helicopter.
So you'll jump out. You'll be attached to attached to the helicopter.
Yeah, now I'm gonna pull my parachute.
What is that?
I'm gonna try to help. I'm gonna try to help float down.
It does a little bit.
Okay.
It's it'll reduce the level by 1, which will help the pyramid test. And
We'll both be human.
yep.
Nice.
As the helicopter hits, the force field basically makes it like do a little bounce, and it wasn't going all that fast to begin with, and so it kind of skids along the side, but it doesn't blow up. Bill's fine, and shortly afterwards you land. And it looks like there's big traffic jams and stuff in the city. It looks like that second one had the effect of an EMP.
My God, how
We
we get there?
we weren't the only helicopter. We could have been, right?
No, you hear like a couple explosions and stuff.
Sweet mother of God.
Gonna be some cleanup.
We gotta find a different way up there. Or maybe track down Eternal.
Well, I might be able to get the systems up online again, and then we could just try and make it for a window. We do have an advanced system here, and he tries to call for a tech support. Let's tip it back over on its upright, please.
Can't we harden the electrical systems with lead or something?
Good idea, sir.
Seems like that would take a while. Could we wait for the next one to go by and have Mantis continue with the force field and see if the force field protects the EMP?
To maintain a force field.
Yeah.
That might do the trick.
So we should wait till we get it back online and do that. Let's do that before we fly. See if it keeps the systems running. And then if it does, we take off.
Are we gonna need an ordnance team out here, or are you guys strong enough to get this helicopter back upright?
Everybody heave.
Not me.
If with together though, we can do anything.
Let's get that team in here.
What's your strength?
My strength is a whopping 6.
There you go. You do it all by yourself.
It means you're about strong enough to lift a car.
Oh,
Pretty good.
What do you guys have?
4.
3.
Yeah, take
That's about enough to lift a person heavy sack.
Wow, that's a real.
Is that really what it says?
Yes.
God.
Here, so I'll just go through so 1 is a brick, 2 is a child. I said heavy sack person. 5 is motorcycle. 6 is car. 7 is a tank or a bus. 8 is a jet or a train. 9 is a building. 10 is a mountain. So you just rip a mountain.
God, I'm the weakest person in the
What does it
world.
say about 5 intellect?
5 intellect.
You know math.
How smart am I?
Some man.
Those are less exciting.
than fifth
That
grader.
is good. That's exceptional human intellect.
Oh wow.
That's what I'm at too.
I'm a little dumb.
What about coordination? Now that we're just on
Yep.
this.
No, I understand.
Yeah, I want to know that too. I have 8.
I have 5.
Helicopters.
8? Wait, which stat are we looking at when we do the
Coordination.
the left one or the right one?
Oh, I
the
don't know.
roll?
I was using left.
Which one are you?
8 is amazing and superhuman level.
I start trying to live.
It means I can like juggle like.
'Cause then my
Literally.
Well, Phil can probably lift this thing. He's strong.
Helicopters are meant to be light, right?
I guess. I mean, if we might as well combine like.
Helicopter is probably a bit heavier than a car.
We'll try.
Combine.
a car and 2 people,
Yeah.
and then a sack as well.
Will all the Racketeers assist in lifting up the helicopter?
Yeah, we'll give it a
I
shot.
guess.
Okay. If with all of you doing it, you're able to get it without any tests. So.
Power the heavy sack.
Yep.
I removed the heavy sack from the helicopter beforehand, which only I can lift.
You exert yourself maximally. To do so.
Well, if it's the right side, then I'm at 2, so I couldn't even lift the heavy.
I assume it was the left one for like
Okay.
The actual roll.
20 minutes.
You add the one on the right to rolls. But
Do you?
20 minutes later, an ordnance team arrives from your port. They're replacing the circuiting, like anything that was fried. They're adding lead dampeners to the outside surface, especially where any of the electrical systems are housed. And about 40 minutes after your helicopter attempted ascent, they have it ready for flight again.
Okay.
So a pretty good job by your corporation there.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of the city is still without like the vast majority of the city is still without power, and so it's a little crazy down
What are
here.
you writing?
These side numbers. What are they?
Why are you writing his side number?
Are they not the same?
no,
I feel like
he's
there's
mapping it to his.
Problem.
I'm mapping my
No,
numbers to
I'm
numbers.
pretty sure there's a side number, isn't there?
There was the number that we rolled when we rolled the 2d6.
Yeah,
That's
you
his
should not
level.
have written that down.
I
Which
did
one
not-
should not have written down?
The one you roll, because it correlates to the actual number.
Oh.
I have both of them on there, but
And does that
I
also
guess-
apply
This
to
is nothing
powers?
then. This is
Yeah.
nothing.
Because I have side numbers for powers too.
What is this?
I think your side numbers don't.
What
really
is-
apply
So
that.
you wrote.
What is
You
speed?
rolled an 8.
Yes, maybe.
your power level's 5.
I'm not sure about that though. I don't. know
Where
if
did you
I-
get 5 from?
I did it the same way as this.
Then yeah.
Then you rolled an 8.
So your
I don't
power
know.
level's
But your
5.
power level's 5, not 8.
That seems much lower.
Yeah.
Where
That's
powers
much lower.
roll, where powers roll like number wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your,
You have
your
10
powers have
prowess?
scores.
Oh my god!
I thought it was like D&D, like you have 10 strength and like a different modifier.
No.
Okay.
What game have you been playing?
Yeah, so I can only lift the baby.
So just pretend you
Oh
don't
my
have
God.
one strength.
Thomas is
I
way
I mean,
more.
yeah, but
Yep,
like
child. Yep.
now you're like
Than
at
you
our
was.
scale. Like
That's
you have
bad.
5 and 5 rather.
Yeah.
How is
10,
that? How is that?
10 strength is enough
That's
to lift
too
him out.
weak.
10 prowess.
Yeah, you'd be the most
Hey,
prowess person on the
You're,
planet.
you know,
Alright.
Because it was 2d6.
you're not superhuman in all respects. That's kind of the point of this game.
Not even
This
human
isn't,
in
this
strength.
isn't, this isn't God.
No, it's not.
I can lift a child.
So,
No,
so what were the
having
updated
sex.
strengths?
No,
then?
Oh no,
so
you're
that
right.
was a.
You're right. Yeah.
Mine too.
So that was you're 2. Are you a heavy sack?
Did you
Right.
did you already adjust?
Yes,
the
he's a
sex?
heavy
Yes,
sack.
because I wrote down what
All
somebody
right,
told
and
me.
Phil, you have a real.
Yeah, that makes
You have a
sense.
real strength of 6.
Yes, correct.
All right,
I was just
I
trying to
found
map
it.
his.
Okay.
I found it, Ziggy. You can look at this.
All right.
Tom's
What are you
got
looking
some
at?
big script
Look,
written all
see?
over his shit. It's like, what is
See?
going on?
Look
with
at this
character?
parachute he made on the
I was always
747.
confused about
You're
what
doing
he-
it, Reed. And then, if you go to the next page,
He does it.
he saves the plane. See?
Well, you're not Reed Richards.
I mean,
But this is
more or less what happened.
70s Reed Richards. He's not super crazy powerful. If he can do it,
yeah.
I can do it.
It just, well, the problem with that is it gives stretching like super strength, like on as just.
But
a
it's
free
not a matter of
bonus.
strong. He's not pulling it. It's just a massive amount of air resistance. Well, look at the size of this
Okay,
parachute.
yeah. Well, you guys,
That's
saved,
not a normal size
you
parachute.
saved, you saved the helicopter.
Thanks to this asshole who's lying about all his stats.
Okay,
I
well,
didn't have
imagine
anything
like
to do with
this.
the helicopter.
How
I
much
thought you made a
you
force
did.
field.
You made a
You're
force
right, I
field.
did.
Lied about your force
It
field.
turns out I had less force
It
field
was
power.
way
Yeah.
less.
Well, like, you got your four
Then-
limbs, right?
then you
Making
can-
the arms of the parachute.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
what he's doing.
the weight of the helicopter is in all 4 of those limbs. Can your limbs withstand that?
Yeah, wouldn't it just rip off your legs?
Like
He's
this?
super stretchy.
Well-
That's the stretch.
Well,
part.
then the helicopter could just fall because you're stretching
right.
it away. Like,
You're right.
then
Your
it's
legs
not.
wouldn't fall off, but I mean, who's to say?
But like, if it's just stretchy, then like,
It would just
like
stretch,
if,
right?
he doesn't have super strength.
he has super like
don't
body
think-
composition
you
though,
can
if
just
he can.
be like,
fit
well,
Yeah,
in.
that's what stretchiness is.
No. If I stretch a piece of bubble gum, it's not just gonna stop and like be adamantium at some point.
Well,
Like,
It's
if
a
you stretch,
superpower.
if you use certain materials,
I
you
don't
can
think you
stretch
can
pretty good.
relate it to like a superhero that you have powers similar to, and just be like, well, if he can do it, I can do
Like
it.
It's the
imagine-
same character.
Imagine
But,
gold.
like, it's-
That's where they got it from. This guy.
Yeah, I
no,
realize that,
right.
but this
That's
isn't.
not
That's the
fair.
one
This
stretchy
isn't-
guy.
This isn't the Fantastic Four RPG game.
He's like a level 20 icon, maybe.
All
For all
right.
you know.
It seems pretty basic though. It's a
I
big
mean,
parachute.
it happened.
It's a big
We
parachute.
pulled it off.
But we cheated.
Well, no, he cheated.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can square it in your mind, Mang, that the stretching did much more of the work than initially.
Oh.
Yeah, because the force field maybe
The force
it didn't
field's
do it
not
as
that
much. Yeah,
great.
not quite as much. So okay.
All right, that works.
There's a dent in the side of your helicopter now because of the force field didn't do as much.
All right.
But as long as Bill survived.
So we're waiting for the next pulse.
I suppose so.
we should force field now.
Wait,
I
what's,
don't know about
what's
this
supposed to
force
happen?
field.
What's supposed to happen when I force
Like an
field?
EMP pulse, hopefully will get just not come through to the helicopter.
If you force field around the helicopter,
This force field is questionable.
we don't know exactly what it
Where?
does. What?
it's not as powerful as we thought.
Yeah.
There's a gigantic
I've
dent
got
in the
this
helicopter
feeling.
now.
I mean, in game, it's been the same the whole time. You guys have no reason to doubt me.
True.
Well, you guys gotta make a decision.
Well, we wait or we trust the mantis.
I crawl
Why
on
not
top
both?
of the helicopter.
I wait.
Why do both?
I crawl on top of the helicopter.
Because then you don't have to rely on either one.
What?
Redundancy.
We wait.
Why
Can you
do-
explain the plan again?
If we
Well-
wait with the force field, we'll know that the force
Okay,
field.
fine.
and
We're
the
either
light-
waiting or we're not waiting.
Okay, well
Do
wait.
you want to wait?
That would be the EMP plan, right?
Yeah. Yes.
The EMP
we wait for the
Or
EMP.
plan?
The-
I thought time was of the essence,
But
I guess not.
I guess
how long
there's
did it take
the.
us to fall? Because
We should probably just go.
Why
now
wait
it should be
force
the
field.
window then.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
just
why
why
wait?
be flying, and then I'll just be force fielding, so when it comes,
Yeah.
we hope
well,
to not fall again.
Yeah. Because we know for a fact this force field's not going to do as much.
We could wait.
Because if we fall a second time, we will look like the biggest assholes in the city.
Why
Yeah,
don't,
but-
why don't you just
Do you
stretch
think
us
people
up
are
there?
paying attention to us right
The
now?
pulse-
There's
Because
a-
I'm not super strong.
The pulse.
You can
can
lift
human, one
right?
man.
One at a time.
It's pretty far, even for me.
That's the
Even
thing
for
is,
Reed
the
Richards.
speed. There's logistical problems because he doesn't have super speed with the stretching. We can do
Right.
pretty fast, but still to get all the way up there.
Also, eventually we do just be like, whoa!
Yeah,
if
if I'm like
any
that and I
wind-
get hit with a pulse
Yeah.
or something, I get ripped apart or
Yeah.
something.
Strong.
So
So,
I think we should go now because the pulses got stronger as.
all right,
Yeah,
let's
we
go.
should.
Let's go. Let's go.
Shield us, Mantis, shield us!
Alright.
we're gonna
I'll
wait
trust
till
in
the
his
time is
weak
right.
force field.
You don't
Am
know.
I
the
supposed
time.
to?
We don't know.
Can you see a pulse coming?
No.
There's been
Can
no
you see?
there's been no visible
Sound?
accompaniment.
Can I?
Apart from seeing like the electricity like freak out and
Since
stuff.
I was in no dire, like,
Why not just hold it?
I wasn't going to die from the helicopter.
Alright,
Can
well,
I say that I was mentally counting the time from when we got hit till
What is your intelligence?
5?
Yes.
Nice.
Yep. So
Flashbang.
the first EMP or the first pulse that you
Well, I
felt.
don't think I would have done it for the first one.
Okay.
That doesn't seem
So just
like
you just
from when
want to know
we
the
fell
total
out.
time since the last one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been 38 minutes or 42 minutes.
42 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
That should be
Number-
more than
Yeah,
enough
because
time.
I don't
42,
think
yeah.
there would have been any reason for me to start counting for
Right.
the first one.
Sure. You didn't know that another one would be coming so soon. Yep.
Or at all.
All right. Hope my life insurance policy is up to date. And he starts up the helicopter again.
Don't worry, Bill. I took one out on you.
Manus is on the roof.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't.
I just stand up a little too.
On the roof
I don't
of the
think you can-
helicopter?
I thought he said that.
That's why I said I pictured
Where-
staying on the ground at the time though.
I would
He's
say.
gonna be right underneath the blades.
Yeah, I don't think you would go.
How does that work?
I don't think you can
I
stand
think
up.
he was-
There's enough clear. There's enough.
I think he
clearance
was
there.
talking about being on the
No.
roof. and it was
Have you
on
ever
the
been
ground.
there?
Yeah.
You've seen a picture of a helicopter.
I
gotta see
You can't stand
No,
up.
I'm-
Maybe you can
I'm
lay
pretty
down.
sure-
I think he's like that. Like he's like.
Sean, he was
Flat.
going to do that back
Perch.
when our plan was to leave it on the ground. But I think
Yeah.
he's inside now.
I
Oh,
get
you're-
smarter.
Okay.
And I'll just touch the helicopter. I'll
There,
touch the side of the
I
helicopter.
could see. There's room here.
You have
Can
to like
you,
sit on the
fold that?
windshield and like risk
Fold that
dying.
Yeah, there would be room, but it's not even.
Yep.
I can't.
It's not meant to have someone
No. Clinging for dear life. Why hasn't Arnold been on top of a helicopter yet?
Yeah.
Too easy to get
He's only been in a Harrier jet
Yeah,
with,
the
no,
Harrier
with no
jet.
cockpit window, so you can give one-liners as he's flying around.
Actually, I'm gonna go stand in the pilot's quarters
Okay,
and like.
his quarters.
Cockpit! Pilot's quarters.
He's just actually in Bill's
Oh,
bedroom
yeah.
right now. Back in his house.
You know what I mean?
You know what a helicopter looks like?
Really get in there.
All right.
And he's going.
So you're gonna maintain
get in
it,
the
Thomas?
pilot's bed.
Okay. It'll take a while. You're gonna
No, I'm
maintain
gonna be
the.
up in the front like in the nose.
Yep.
Kinda
Touching
concentrating.
the sides
Yeah,
of the helicopter.
touching
Okay.
stuff and
Touching stuff.
concentrating.
All right. Well, the helicopter begins its descent.
This time will be different.
Because you are inside of the helicopter, it's going to be one challenge higher should you need to shield it from a pulse.
It needs to be what?
The challenge will be one higher because you're not on the exterior.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's still you can definitely affect it. It's a little bit more difficult to project it out further from inside. But anyway, you guys ascend, and you are just about parallel with the alien ship now.
You gotta get over there.
And Bill's starting to fly around as he's looking for a point of entry.
Mm-hmm.
Could you stretch to it, wrap your legs around the helicopter, stretch to the UFO, and then pull us in? And then we could all
I
just...
mean, we need an entry spot no matter what.
We need some sort of hole.
But didn't we see a ship go in?
There was a helicopter that there's like somebody was taking a cell phone camera of it like flying up, and then like it's hard to see because it was from quite a distance, but it just kind of like disappeared. It definitely didn't like blow up or anything. So.
There's gotta be a spot.
Didn't go that.
Maybe we just land on it.
On top of it?
Yeah. Then we don't have to worry about.
I don't even know what this thing looks like.
giant disc thing, maybe?
I'm picturing the thing from Infinity War, but that was almost like the Halo.
Yeah, I prefer like the Independence Day ship, where it's just like this big disc
big
of
top thing.
Well, then we could go on top.
Yeah, just land on top of the middle or something.
And then just split it in half.
I use my karate action.
Okay.
Skeleton Town from karate.
I think I see something. Oh yeah, that definitely looks like an opening. And all of a sudden, Thomas, you're going to be put to the test. A pulse issues out, and so you may roll your d6 plus your true power.
How much
True power is much weaker.
It was 51 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to count again.
Plus your power level.
Is it a 7 or higher?
An 8.
8. Okay. The lights flicker. It's kind of a similar effect to Mike Hager's office, and again, you guys feel it, but your force field prevents the ship from, or the helicopter from shutting down like it does last time. And after you feel it end, Bill still has control of the helicopter. He says, "Good work, Mantis. I'm gonna pull us in."
Good.
And he starts moving the helicopter towards. There's a recess in the side of the spaceship, and there's a nice smooth surface with an overhanging inlet for any craft to just pull up. And you see that the other helicopter also landed up here. That was seen in the cell phone video.
Does it have any markings on it?
Yeah, it says News Team 53, so Channel 53.
News team assemble.
There are a few people standing in the hangar bay. They're wearing like street clothes, so they look like average citizens.
Asshole clothes.
Yep, asshole clothes, precisely. And
the type.
Bill,
wearing a trucker hat.
the moment you guys like go under like the overhang of the ship, so that you're like really inside of this docking bay, you all feel like this prickling in all of your extremities. You feel a little bit funny, slightly not
prickled.
I'd say nauseous as well, but you start to get used to it. The atmosphere might be a little bit different, but anyway, Bill succeeds in landing the helicopter, and the asshole clothes people are like approaching you, like looking at you curiously, and Bill opens or he unlocks the side doors for you guys to get out. He says, "I'm going to stay with the helicopter, sir."
Have it ready to go, Bill. Alright.
And these guys...
What are you civilians doing here?
Okay, so there's 3 of them. 2 of them have... one has a baseball bat. One has a scourge. So like one of those like medieval like whips with the little like hooks on it. And the other guy, he has a handgun.
It's a gun.
He has a gun. And he says, "You guys with Eternal's gang?" "No, you're the Racketeers. I recognize those clown outfits anywhere." And he,
oh my god,
aims a handgun at whoever's like leaning out of the helicopter first. Okay,
Skeleton down.
He says, "All right, I'm gonna be real famous with the big guy for taking you down."
oh shit!
He squeezes the trigger.
Try to dive out of the copter.
Okay. Give
Think
me
you can dodge bullets?
I am a man of dodging.
Give me
He's a whole
give me a
fucking
coordination to dodge a bullet.
8
total.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You die.
It hits one of like the helicopter's systems, and Bill's like, "Oh shit!" But you dodged the bullet, and it was your intention to jump out of the helicopter, like it was maybe like a little diving roll or something. All right, so now you're on the ground right next to the handgun guy.
As soon as he pointed the gun, I want to be in shadow form and head towards him.
Okay.
Because I can do that instantly now.
The moment you will yourself to do shadow form, something feels terribly wrong and nothing happens.
Like mother truckers.
Well, I'm gonna try to punch this guy in the throat.
Okay. So just a basic. Okay.
My martial art.
You may do so.
Okay.
He has a handgun, so he's not really a proficient melee combatant. His buddies are like quickly flanking him, but you do have an opportunity to just strike him.
I will try.
So you can just give me a strength. Because all you have to worry about is how hard you hit him here.
Okay. Can I use my martial arts on that too?
Is that what's the source of that ability?
It's a specialty. I'm an expert in it, so it gains a +2 to related actions.
Okay. Yes, you may use it.
Okay, so 14.
Okay. Do you wish to kill him?
Make him a skeleton. Add it to your skeleton army.
Yes,
Skeleton
yes, I
down.
do.
Okay.
I've been corrupted slightly.
However you imagine him dying, that's how it happens.
Just punch him in the neck and it explodes.
Yeah.
I mean, a 14. That's
That.
It's
Yep.
monumental.
That's a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice everywhere.
One punch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like punch head.
Because
goes
that's.
Is that fun enough?
on its
Yeah.
head to fly off.
So yeah, and that power. That's basically just really good martial arts training. That is the power.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got a 6 strength,
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
which
6
is
strength
above
plus,
human, I
It
think.
is. It is. Yep.
and then a +2 on my martial
Okay,
arts.
yep.
So.
Bruce Lee could not
Yo,
punch
yo,
people's heads off.
skeleton town. Throw me that gun.
Yep.
Oh yeah, now we're getting some guns. Hell
I,
yeah!
I
Everyone
tend to
grab a
reach for the
gun.
gun and toss it.
Okay. Doing so exposes you to those 2 guys I mentioned.
Whip the shit out of
So
you.
yeah, one's coming at you with a bat, and the other one's gonna try and rake your back with his skirt.
Whoa.
What have
Not
I
my
done?
part.
What do you want to do?
Well, if I have, I guess attempt to.
You should roll and grab the gun at the same time.
Sure. I mean, I will attempt to do so.
Okay, that's more difficult than merely trying to dodge, but that is your prerogative. So,
It's cooler.
you can give me a coordination roll. It's gonna be tough.
8.
Okay, you dodge the bat, but the scourge has a bit bigger of range, and he didn't even have to be totally precise. So, it has some studded like nails and stuff in it. So
Oh no.
it rakes across your back. You have the gun, and you take 1 stamina.
Rusty nails.
Yep.
Gonna get tetanus.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have a short distance from them. You have the gun, and your fellow racketeers are still aboard the helicopter. So, would you guys like to take action?
I like to slash at him.
Okay. With your mantis arms.
Mm-hmm.
What is the source of that ability?
Offensive strike power.
Okay. And that is
Nada.
that's part of your physiology,
Mm-hmm.
like as a monster man.
Yep. I've
Okay.
got a burst slash. Actually, yep.
Why does he revert to human?
I'm thinking because this is a huge power nullification field
That's
aboard
what
the
happens
ship.
to the Beast in X-Men, isn't it? You
It's
go back to
nullified.
just a human guy.
Oh, is that what's happening?
All right. Yep.
Oh yeah, our powers are gone.
Yep. So
Oh.
you go like, but you realize you don't have quite the reach that you used to, and you see your human hands. Yes.
Look for another gun.
That's what we're all looking for.
Okay.
I look for
Bill just holds a pistol back for whoever wants it. He brought a pistol. All right. Well, he's gonna give it to his Yeah. So
Thanks, Bill.
you have a pistol. You just blow it like
You've been waiting for this opportunity
Yeah.
to kill Bill.
No one on the surface could ever know I lost my powers temporarily.
That would be villainous. That would be villainous.
We are not.
We're not
villains.
villains.
We're not.
No, I'm shooting the
You might earn
civilians.
the trust of this ghoul.
What is ghoul?
Skeleton
This guy?
town. Roll me the gun.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to
You're
throw my
fighting?
gun too.
Okay.
What are you
As he throws him a gun, this man grabs a gun and starts shooting at those other punks.
Let the bullets fly.
Bodies.
Are you describe your shooting method? Are you just gonna do like a few taps,
Yep.
or are you just gonna like go really like crazy on them? Okay.
No, I'm just trying to put them both down
Efficiency.
as quickly as possible.
Okay. Yep. I will take a prowess.
Here it comes.
All right.
9.
All right. Even though it's not your usual MO, you dispatch the two guys, no problem.
You know
So
it's not my usual.
maybe Maybe like you have parties on the weekends where you play the most dangerous game or something.
All
right,
People
so
are on asshole clothes. So
okay,
well suited.
All right, so the three docking bay guards have been killed.
Why do you think I want to buy his camp?
He's
Oh my god,
God.
setting the
Weekend
rules.
parties.
Oh my god. All right.
But we're not villains.
It's a youth outreach program.
Oh yeah. I'm reaching out.
Just shoot
Okay.
down inner city kids. Just
Reach
what's
them
wrong
out.
with you?
So, would you be naked, Thomas? Like, were you carapace, or did you actually have clothes on,
You have
like
an
beyond
outfit
your?
while you're
Yeah.
It's never defined.
Yeah. Well, now the
you
more details you
naked
have, about
naked
that-
man. Who the hell is this guy?
You can take the clothes from one of these assholes. The one wearing a hat.
I mean, even if I had clothes, it'd be all ill-fitting now because it's made for a mantis body.
Yeah, it could
That's
be
a
really
good point.
baggy. Yeah.
Real
Sorry.
asshole clothes.
I'm just running. I'm just like naked.
Nice.
Defenseless. But I would like to say I had a suit of some kind. Like it's just like ill-fitting. Like I
Okay.
slip out the head hole.
Yeah. Otherwise, Bill can offer you an extra like aeronautical suit. It's just like this perfect yellow suit.
Just
Very topical.
Okay.
I'll put that on.
It's a bodysuit, so you're wearing a yellow bodysuit now.
Killed it.
Did you bring any extra magazines, Bill?
Oh, he pulls out of his vest an extra clip. So
Do I notice that I'm not healing?
yes, not at your. Yeah.
Can't heal, huh?
It's a game changer up there.
Yeah, once and for all.
It was Sean's plan all along. Was to just kill off Phil.
That's-
This is how he
It's
learned.
all a big orchestration. That's
The only power.
I
We have our
lured you
separate-
up here with your nemesis taunting you.
We have our separate signal
Yeah.
signal chat, which is called Kill Phil.
How to kill Phil.
Yep.
We have to stop this powered. What the hell?
We have to figure out. Yeah, we have to figure out what this is.
Who the hell
I
are
know.
you?
Some alien.
Don't you recognize me?
You're never in this form. Is your mask that you wear?
Look like
Is
a
this
very-
face?
I'll leave that up to you,
Probably
Thomas.
Probably not. I don't think so. It's
Wait,
How
didn't you
long-
say it was a famous
How
person?
long have
last?
you been? How long have you been a mantis?
as long as I can remember.
Okay.
Oh my
Then,
God.
yeah,
I
you've
don't
Never
probably.
been a man.
Pretty
years,
weird.
but I would say like many years.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then it's just a fresh face.
Yeah, I'd
Fresh
say like
face
I met you guys after. I didn't meet you until I was mantis. So
I can turn you into a man
what?
at will.
What did you just say to me?
He can make you a man. What didn't you understand?
He can make you a real boy.
Don't worry, I'll make you into a man.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but I gotta put some bullets in some alien head.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Look for 'em. So we
Okay.
killed a couple guards. They got guns.
Yeah, you killed members of Eternal's cult.
Do they have guns?
Only one.
One of them had a gun.
And
Who
it's
took it?
mine.
I'm gonna.
So these two have guns. There is a bat and a scourge available.
I'd like the scourge.
Okay.
I go unarmed, but I'm gonna search their bodies for like communication devices or maps
Okay.
or keys.
The guy with the gun has a
Rubies.
the guy with the gun is a walkie-talkie.
Oh. Hello?
Yes.
Send more bad guys. I'd like some more.
You recognize the voice of Eternal, and he says, "Wait, that didn't sound like you, Brian. What's going on out there?" Ah, so the Racketeers have arrived. I will make sure your way is paved with hardships. We will double the security.
You're taking point now. You're going first.
Absolutely
first.
smacking him across the head. But don't worry, I can only lift a child. It's not going to hurt you 1 minute.
Did you watch Return of the Living Dead the other day?
Yeah.
Where the zombies like send more cops.
Oh, yeah.
that gets me every time. Like just terrifying, man. Those
Yeah.
zombies. Okay. So you
God
can see
damn it.
from the docking bay there is like a central passageway that leads deeper into the ship, and it's just wide open. So.
I think we're gonna have to be real careful.
Lead the way, buddy.
I do so.
All right.
I just got my gun leveled at his back. It seems like he's a traitor.
Your finger resting on the trigger.
Yeah,
It's like-
he's done nothing good for us.
His old master.
So, yeah, he's bringing you to him.
Yeah.
We're on more skeleton tongues.
All right. Okay.
Never seen my face. Could be true.
All right. So you reach the passageway.
Close in.
Seal the area, Phil.
14.
Yep. Good.
Okay.
Um,
Now die.
Yep. In the passageway, there's like kind of a pale green lighting system that just goes straight down the hallway, and it stretches for like a mile, like straight ahead of you.
God.
You see there's like alien characters on the walls in unintelligible language, and little like monitors that have like flowing script going by, and apart from that, you don't see anybody in this passageway. So seems pretty clear to just keep going straight.
Mm-hmm. Just keep going straight.
All right. After traveling for a few minutes, you come to a T-junction. Or no. Well, yeah, an upside-down T-junction. So you can go straight, left, or right.
Oh, wait.
It's like a four-way intersection.
Across, yeah, four-way. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a better way of
Yeah, as opposed to just appearing at the... Yeah, I see.
I know what he meant.
Yeah.
We obviously weren't gonna be like, you know what? Let's go back that way.
Yeah.
Well, you go
We'll
left,
split up.
and the rest of us will go right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Doesn't seem like a great idea at all.
We're all split up.
Ooh.
We're all powerless, right?
Yeah.
Right now.
Some more powerless than others.
Yep.
You
I
refer to
cocked my gun for like the fourth time.
There should be at least one gun in each direction.
You want to split it?
I mean, actually, I don't care as long as I'm
One
with the
group go
gun.
left, one
I'm gonna
group
go
go
with the gun.
Which way do you want to go?
Let's go left.
Let's go right.
Okay, somebody must come.
I'm going to go with this skeleton town.
Why would you trust him?
I don't. So that's why I'm going with him, because I got a gun.
Oh.
And I cocked mine.
Also
Okay.
with Mr. Stretch.
2 minutes later, they just hear an isolated gunshot.
One.
5 minutes later, hey guys, shit didn't work out.
They got him.
He's a skeleton.
I only heard one gunshot. Like, did they just leave?
I
Or
ran.
Must have just wanted. I did everything I could.
Did everything in my power.
Gonna
Okay.
try to be real sneaky though.
Are you?
Yeah.
You want to try the walkie-talkie again,
Like
Mr.
low
Sneaky?
down to the ground.
Do you still have the walkie-talkie? I think you do. What?
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm just asking if you had it.
It's a bomb.
Probably gonna track it.
Yeah.
Which way are we going? Left? You guys are going right?
That's right.
Oh, you guys are going. Oh, you're going left. They're going right. All right.
Yep. You're
Oh.
still leading point, though.
Yeah, I asked you if you want the walkie-talkie.
It's a little late.
Sure, I'll take the walkie-talkie.
Okay, hand it to him.
I throw the walkie-talkie at him.
So just
Yep.
the attitude.
Yeah, just chuck it at him.
It happens.
That's how it goes. Okay, I catch it.
You're dumb.
You're dumb. All right. We'll start with Thomas and May. You guys don't travel quite so long, about a minute or so, and as you seem to be coming towards a new door up ahead. This one's closed, but it has a nice little green light bar in the middle, suggesting that it might just open as you get near it.
Unlock
Okay.
Yep. A hologram or some sort of image appears in front of you, and it's like a blank human, like just
Blank
yeah,
human?
yeah, like so just.
What?
What does that even mean?
In character or out of character?
I don't know.
It's alright, I was about to say so it's
It's
Phil.
like so imagine like the anatomy of a mannequin,
Right.
with just flesh and like no face.
That's creepy.
Yep.
Okay.
But then as it's like facing you guys, it starts like twitching and like
Oh my god.
and molding, so it looks like a combination of the two of your faces.
Wow.
Yep. And the hair, everything, it's all just this weird combination.
How beautiful is
Have
it?
you guys said anything yet?
No.
Okay. Right now it's just like looking at you.
I would suggest I just motion like I want to split up, see who it follows.
Okay, but you do that all non-verbally, or do you say that to
Ideally.
it? What's that?
Ideally, I'm saying
Okay.
I'll start picking up.
You see, like, one eye tracks you and the other one.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
It's very lizard.
Is it coming from the green light thing
No,
on the door?
It's appearing out of nothing.
Does it appear solid?
Well, I mean, you saw it materialize in front of you, but apart from that, you've seen nothing to suggest it's not solid.
I'll approach it from the rear.
All right.
If I can even get to its rear.
Well, yeah, so I mean, it's standing in a hallway. You guys were there, and like that little door. So
it's like straight ahead of us.
yeah, so like you'd have to like flank
I
around
see.
it to yeah.
Well,
The hell are you?
All right. It immediately mimics that, and then it starts like making all these weird phonetic sounds, like, and then it says, "Greetings, human. I'm an avatar of one of the messengers."
This is Phil.
Yep. He says,
His first experience on this planet.
"You are welcome aboard the ship, so long as you are not a trespasser."
We are not.
He says, "Then you need only make yourselves comfortable. Everything will be taken care of."
Good.
All right. And he nods good. He repeats it. Yeah.
Can you open this door?
He says, "The relay room is not for guests. We maintain signals with our homeworld from this room."
I will put a bullet in his head.
Okay. You see, like, it's funny. So, like, the bullet goes through his head, and he goes "Ah!" for like a moment, but it's this big shudder through like a hologram, and it hits the door behind him.
All right, I'll just shoulder past him.
Okay, you go through him.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck off.
All right.
Alien.
And you go
I
to
go
the
to
door.
the door.
All right, as you get close, it just opens automatically. And in the relay room, you guys, you go down the hallway for a bit,
Oh yeah.
and I'm assuming Studs hasn't killed you yet. Nope. Okay, good.
Soon?
Yep. I do.
If he could.
It's a
Rough
assumption.
Yeah, or as attempted to kill him. That would be
No,
more
I've
difficult.
only thrown a
All right.
walkie-talkie at his
Tempting.
face.
Okay. And you guys come up to a similar door. You receive no hologram greeting, and you hear like mumbling voices inside from the other side of the door. They sound like, just people talking. If you get a bit closer, you might be able to hear what they're saying.
I hear people on the other side shouting.
You don't have superhuman hearing, and like I'm right next to you. I fucking hear it too.
Perhaps one of us should listen closer.
Go ahead.
Okay, keep an eye, keep gun trained
On you?
on anything that moves besides me.
You got it.
I press my ear to the door.
Okay, as you get close, it opens automatically, and you see in front of you what looks like a mainframe room, like just a lot of rows of nice computer banks and little just lots of little glowing horizontal bars, and you see there's a bunch of eternal cult members in here who are like just looking at stuff and tinkering, and they all look so. Yeah, so there's 5 of them.
Pow, 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 pow.
Yeah.
Shoot them all. All right. So let me just make note of a few thing here. I mean, it's helpful that you let me know what you want to do. Just immediately fire indiscriminately at all of them.
You know who should have brought walkie-talkies? We should have brought walkie-talkies.
Why?
Because...
What would you say?
Shots fired.
I wouldn't come
So-
running.
Would we have cell phones?
Maybe.
That's even better.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, of these 5, 2 of them had guns. One of them has a blackjack. One has another bat, and then the other has a rake. Yeah,
He's a farmer.
They're not all created. They're not all created equal here. And Studs tries to kill all 5 of them in a hail of gunfire.
I just want to
Pretty
shoot
impressive.
5 bullets.
Oh.
Bam, bam, bam.
Okay,
bam,
that's-
bam.
that's
more
style. That's
impressive.
style, but it's a little more difficult. But let's see what your prowess does.
Not well. 5.
Okay.
One number for each bullet hitting. I did it.
All right.
You lift a small sack.
I'm pretty sure it's a big.
Oh yeah, it's a heavy
sack.
sack. Heavy sack.
It's like
Heavy sack. Yeah.
Oh, happy sack.
Heavy sack.
I lift those every day. Every time I stand up.
I don't know if that's good.
Get that looked at.
All right, Studs. You hit one of the guys holding a gun in the leg, and he goes ah. Miss 3 of them and hit the guy holding the blackjack in the shoulder.
Cool.
Okay. It looks like the melee guys are going to charge at you, and one of the guys who's been shot in the leg with the gun, he doesn't look like he's quite ready to fire, but the other one, you see him lining up.
Oh,
so,
shit.
When the door opens, is there like a lip I can hide behind?
well, like to the side of the
Yeah.
door. It's narrow, but if you go, you'll probably be able to get covered.
Yeah, I
from
want to do that.
Okay, so that's what you're doing. What are you doing, Phil?
Well, I'm gonna try to leap at the man with the gun.
Just
Right in the face.
oh, the whiplash into that. Okay.
Feel like Bull's head?
And when you jump at him, is it your intention to knock him over, disarm him, snap his? What do you want to do when you jump towards him? Assuming
Disarm.
Okay, so just get the gun out of his hand as efficiently as possible.
Yes.
Okay. Studs, you take cover, and Phil, let's get. I'll take a coordination test for your leap.
Okay.
Aaron sent me a Snapchat that said
Would it make
He's
sense
twice in the
to
house
apply my martial
after
arts
humping
skill?
my leg, and it was a picture of Leo. I sent to her a message back saying you described. That's not the picture of Leo.
Well, in any case,
That's a perfect response.
it's 11 without my martial arts, with the 13 with it.
Okay, your leap is flawless. You have the
So
man's
is the
wrists
bullet.
cradled in your hands. Now you may roll your strength to disarm him.
Strength 1. No, wait. 1 plus 6, 7.
Okay.
God damn. What's it like to have good rolls?
You
Or good numbers?
disarm him. Cause him some serious damage, but it takes a bit longer than you would have liked to with a perfect execution. So you have the attention of the Batman and the Rake Man who are coming for you now. Yeah, the Batman. So he's swinging at your straight at your chest, and the guy with the rake is going for your head with the rake.
As they're doing that, can I shoot them in the face hole?
So from cover, you want to just start popping at him.
Yeah.
Specifically the ones that are attacking Phil.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have Phil describe his dodging method, and then I'm gonna have you do your prowess. So Phil, you see these coming at you. What do you try to do here?
Gonna try to grab the man that I grabbed and dodge with him as a human shield.
Oh, so put him in harm's way.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh God, he's going to die.
I will take a
Should have shot at
coordination.
you, then you would have.
I'm gonna apply my martial arts unless you say it's not related.
That's right.
Okay. That is
That's a high good.
that is 13.
Okay. you use him as a perfect human shield. That's going to negate the damage coming in. And Studs is taking his pot shots at the same time. So Studs, you may do your prowess.
6.
Okay.
No, 5.
All right. Well, you weren't limiting your ammunition, and you had fewer targets. They were, however, in motion. But you hit the guy holding the bat square in his back, so he's about to go down from that. And you actually hit the other guy's rake, and like a few of the blades like kind of fall off, and he staggers back. So good shooting there. The other gunman's recovered. Phil, you're able to shield yourself. Both of their attacks were disrupted, but it does kind of. The guy does take glancing blows from both of them, either as the rake is like being destroyed, or the guy with the bat is falling and is stumbling forward. So you negate damage. The other guy who had the gun that you tagged earlier tries to shoot back at you when you poke yourself out there. And I'm just gonna roll for him because you were focused on shooting. So it's not gonna be easy for him to get a direct hit on you, and he misses. It just whizzes past you.
And it goes all the way down the hall and hits one of them.
No.
In the brain.
It's you have to take the tide of the ocean and stuff. No, I'm just
The curvature of the
yeah,
earth.
right. Okay. So
Flat, by the way.
so the bat. All right. So the guy with the bat is down. The blackjack is the only uninjured guy.
I thought I shot the blackjack in the leg.
The guy with the yeah.
Shot
He got hit in the shoulder. That's
Yeah.
right. Yep. Okay. So no. So yeah, gun 2 is the only uninjured guy. Yep.
Well, he just got hit by the 2 other guys, kind of.
Sequel to the video
Right?
game Gun.
Gun 2 was the one that was used as the human shield.
That's right. Yep.
So
Thank
I
you.
think
Thank
they
you for
all-
helping me keep track of this. It's all unfolding
Lots of
very
them.
colorfully. Yeah. It's a comic book. You know. It's great. All right. So he got glancing blows and was disarmed.
Sean and I were big fans of Gun.
Yeah. I beat that game.
We would have played a Gun too.
Yep. You said they released Red Dead sequels. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
man.
come on.
Where's the Gun sequel?
Man of the Claw.
Oh yeah, the Man with the Claw.
That comes out on what, Friday? I think?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So Phil,
You're dead.
I think so.
you're still holding your disarmed gunman.
I would like to snap his neck.
Okay. As your main priority. Okay, he's dead. You snap his neck.
No
I clap in
All right.
in character.
So he's dead. Bat's dead.
This game's on Steam.
Icons?
No.
Gun?
Gun.
You can
It's
do it.
just so funny that that's what they named their game. Just Gun.
You could start up a new LP on your channel.
God.
That would be
Everyone else is playing Red Dead 2. We're playing Gun.
Yeah, welcome to my playthrough of Gun. See how it holds up over the years.
God.
All right, Phil. While you're executing that guy, the gunman who was tagged in the leg just shoots at you.
Shoot at him.
Okay,
You're done. I got a new character.
you take 2 stamina damage, and then Studs blows his brains away because he had a clean, easy shot on him, so he's dead. And you guys have 2 injured combatants now who are both getting back up on their feet.
I will tackle one.
Okay.
I'll kick him in the gonads, rather.
Okay, give me a strength.
10.
Okay. You incapacitate him.
Good.
Studs, do you kill the other one?
Absolutely.
All right. You haven't ran out of ammo yet, but you do not have an extra clip for this gun,
No, I
and
do
you
not.
have no idea how many bullets it has left.
I'm gonna take the other. I mean, I'll check how.
Oh yeah,
many
you
bullets
know,
it
you got
has,
2
and
fresh. That's
Then I'll
good
take
to
a
go.
fresh gun.
All right. There was 1 round left in the chamber.
Okay.
So
I'll hold on to that.
Okay. Yep. And you're gonna take both fresh guns.
No.
Okay.
I'll let what's his face have a gun. I guess.
I will grab a gun and attempt to interrogate this man.
Okay. He his like balls have probably entered his stomach from the force of your kick, so he's very distressed. But eventually you're able to. He becomes aware that there's a person standing above him asking questions. What? It hurts. It hurts so much. Lord Eternal told me pain would be gone.
Where's the power nullification device on this ship?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here just barely longer than you.
Oh.
We were told to guard this room.
What is this room?
It's like a data bank or something. They got lots of files and shit. Alien computers. Yeah,
like an alien whale? Where?
Yeah, just tons of alien devices. Yeah.
Alienware. It's a Dell gaming computer.
I look back at Shadow Mage and say, do you want to ask him anything?
I shoot him.
Okay.
With the one chamber
Okay,
gun.
alright, then you can
And then I throw the gun on his dead body.
Alright, so you guys are victorious. We'll come back to you. You guys go through the doorway, past the hologram that you shot and shoulder chucked, and you're in the relay room. As it was described by the hologram. In here, you see there's a central console in the back center of the room. Apart from that, it is largely void, except for in the very center of the room. You see what looks like basically a pillar. Let me get a picture.
He took a picture of it when he was there.
Yeah, when I had the privilege to be aboard the ship.
New clapping method. Alien clap right there. If anyone's seen.
Yeah, very good. Understand that.
Exactly. It's a very sophisticated clap.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's a new golf clap.
That's it.
I like that a lot.
Is it better than the one-handed clapping?
Yeah.
From now on.
It is. It's like you're crossing your arms like.
This is a minimal amount of movement for me. Yeah.
It's a king clap, really.
Yeah.
Like you're just sitting there watching
I don't
like a
know how
jester,
it's-
and then at the end of it, he's just like,
Yeah. Great.
I don't know. It's never been done.
Maybe it has.
So it kind of looks like a gonk droid from Star Wars.
Okay.
But its head is like the little interrogator droid. So it's got like a rotating circular like head at the top.
Okay.
And you see like it was like swiveling as you entered, so it seems to be like tracking you. And you guys are in the relay room, as you understand. And a new image is projected again. It's again the combination of your two forms.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, it's a restricted area. You must leave.
Eat my ass.
you bend over.
Give a man a gun and do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Too bad you can't
Guys,
shut that open.
Yeah, not right now.
Stretch out.
You see a ray.
Normally.
A ray of visible red light shoots out of the little head at the top at you.
And we're still
It's
nullified.
slow motion
Yes.
as you're like going
That's right.
sideways.
So your reaction is to max pain back.
Diving and shooting.
Okay, give me a chord and a prowess to follow.
Here's your coordination.
All right.
He dies.
7.
Okay.
Prowess. 11.
Okay, let's have ridiculously high numbers.
Those are my only 2 good ones.
So that's
I'm designed for max
you're a
pain
perfect
shooting.
gunman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
It doesn't need it.
Once we get back on ground, I'm gonna get some rifles and stuff.
Stretch arms and go.
he has like these assault rifles in each hand that are just
Spreading everywhere.
All over the place.
it's like equilibrium but with stretchy powers
That's right.
and automatic
It's
weapons.
You need like a little tiny gun so you can go through vents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, Your kickback jump is executed just how you want it to.
Okay.
The trajectory of the beam is really fast, so you're still going to take some damage from it, but you were able to get away from the direct impact zone a bit.
Good.
And you basically empty what was left in the clip just on the thing's head with that amazing prowess roll. And as the last bullet hits it, you see it start like spazzing out, and there's like pulses of electricity going through the whole thing, and it's like spinning around rapidly. You were hit with an energy drain for 1 stamina damage.
All right.
I'll reload.
Okay, yep, you've got your bonus clip from Bill. Yep.
Stand back up.
All right.
And head over to the central console.
Okay. Do the two of you both go over there? Okay. As you move across the room, approaching the council, you have to go past the spazzing gonk guy.
Spazzing.
Yep.
Spazzing
Yeah,
I think that's your next character.
Sounds like a band name.
And as you guys, right as you're passing by him, he explodes.
Oh my god.
So
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
yeah, that's right.
You're just a man.
man.
Man
And
with a gun.
so I'm gonna take coordination rolls from both you guys. And since your impulse was to force field, I'm gonna make it 1 higher for you, Thomas.
1 higher.
Because you're like, oh, force field. All right,
I got a 12.
okay.
My god.
You rolled a 14 before,
I'm
so
god. I am a god.
It's impossible for me to
9.
roll
Okay.
anything higher than 11.
That's
I also am an expert in athletics. If
Yep.
that ever comes into play.
Yep.
It never matters when you have
You're able.
powers.
Yeah.
You're able to evade the explosion radius. Thomas, you're like half of your body. It doesn't get like burnt to like a crisp or anything, but you do feel the heat of the explosion, and it does singe you, and it's very painful. You take 1 stamina damage. So make sure you keep track of that, and you guys are now able to access the console. It's got a heads-up display. It's like 3-dimensional, so you can like interact with it, all the little moving parts and everything. And it's all unintelligible language, but it looks like signals are coming in and automatically being relayed back. It looks like it's just projecting planetary information. Well, it doesn't seem to be connected to that messenger who was there.
Given my new phone, right numbers.
Okay.
I don't know whether or not that's true.
So you
Well,
see
I
that the
don't know,
relay
but-
is functioning on its own
I
accord,
don't know what that
more
was
or less.
based off of.
Strength and will.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
right.
really want to waste
Yeah.
bullets on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
On this computer.
you could
Just
just
like start smashing keys and
Wait a minute. Let me get into this.
It's an alien language. What are you, the kid from Predator?
Yeah. It just makes sense to me.
So are you autistic?
so you're
I
just
thought you were a mantis man.
so you're just
When he's human, he's autistic.
he gains new powers.
He gains powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Mantis, you're just looking at this like
Just wanna
alien
gaze
council.
upon the files, like see if I learn anything, or like.
So you're just gonna try and like peruse and see what you find.
yeah, just click around.
Okay.
Surf the
give me-
surf the alien.
Give me an intelligence.
Try Alt F4. Yeah, that's always good.
8.
Okay. How long are you willing to sit here?
I'll give him
5
2
minutes.
minutes before I start smashing.
All right. Well, he's giving you 2 minutes. So you're gonna have to argue for more time if you want more than that.
I've almost got it. Does that buy me a few minutes?
Well, that's up to him.
Is it
Does it look like he's doing anything notable? The answer is no. I'm doing this.
Yeah, the display, it's changed since he's done it. Like, he's gotten new prompts to like pop up on the
Okay,
screen.
I'll give him another minute.
calling for reinforcements from the alien?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried
Just all
about.
these under, yeah, just warping in. All right,
50-50 chance. Yep, something bad happens.
all right. Thomas, the net result of your 3 minutes is like you think like some like intergalactic like star maps were like popping in your head, and like if you looked at a map of the universe and you saw the exact section of space that you saw now, you'd probably be able to be like, that's where their homeworld is. So if you gave your life's work to finding it, you'd probably be able to. All right.
So smash it.
You gotta start smashing.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
Stomping and kicking. And
All right. Do you want to join in now, Mantis?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Fuck this.
All these like weird like red symbol error messages start popping up, and
Blue screen happens.
yeah, and it looks like the relay is no longer communicating with the home world. Has entered like a low power.
Take that,
mode.
messengers.
All right, step 1 done.
You guys are hackers.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any other exits out of this room?
This looks like a dead end.
Okay. We're back.
One way in, one way out.
Yep.
And you guys are now. So you finished questioning the eternal cultists, right?
You said this is like a mainframe room?
Yeah, it's a data bank. So there's just lots of like drives in here, like storing
Can
data.
I like pull out any?
Want to try?
Pull out.
I would like to try. Yes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you see like they have little areas where like you haven't seen one of the aliens yet, but probably where one of the gongs would just be, and then grab.
Well, I try to take a look and see if I can just rip some components out.
All right. Give me a strength.
Strength. Oh, 12.
Okay.
That's I only roll
Yep.
high.
You yank one out. You get a moderate electric shock, but it doesn't give you damage, and you're holding a data drive.
I set it on the floor and I try with another one.
Okay. How many drives do you want to collect?
10.
All right, you have 10 drives. While he's doing this, you're free to do whatever you want. You want to also collect drives, or okay?
He's trying to salvage the operation. Kill him.
We need to back up this data.
Is this a dead end as well?
Yes.
Is there like a computer or any type of like screen in this room? Or is it just the drive?
Yeah, there is a console in here, and it actually seems to have feed to different parts of the ship, like video feed.
Okay.
Oh my, that would be useful.
Can I see a feed to the hallway, like the cross?
The cross section where you guys they don't seem to have feed of that particular area of the ship.
Okay. Do I see a feed of them smashing the?
Give me an intelligence to try to determine how to toggle between different views. Yep.
I will roll poorly.
Intelligent.
8.
Okay. By the time he's done pulling out 10 drives, you've found out these like navigational keys to toggle through feeds, so you figured it out. You see in one room, you see like you notice your buddies, and they're like just smashing.
Planet of the
So they're doing a good job. Whatever's going on in there,
They've got that handled.
yeah.
Alright, I want to kind of browse through the other rooms.
Okay.
Do I see, while I'm doing it, do I see any of the aliens?
Okay.
You put on a jumpsuit, right?
You see, the next feed is just a blank image of like one of the hallways that you were in.
Okay.
Next image is a gigantic room, like just like a big cavernous area, and in the middle there's like this big bright sphere of energy.
Okay.
The next feed.
Destroy sphere.
Yep.
Got it.
The next feed is very interesting. It looks like some sort of like great hall of a castle or something. It looks like a very formal space, and I'll describe it. So they've seen basically one of these gonks as a complete messenger alien. There's like this big figure sitting in a chair that is like all of these gonks connected to form like a humanoid shape.
Oh my fucking lord.
So basically you see a giant alien robot guy in like a room sitting by himself. And then the final feed he has a sky view to the outside world, so you can see terrestrial space and Metro City beneath. And there's a number of those cultist guys, You recognize the guy Eternal from the TV feed. He's standing here. It looks like he's like directing orders. And you see a few of the freestanding messenger guys like moving back and forth in that room. And then the feed loops back to a view of this room, the data bank room. You're like looking down at you at the computer and him pulling the data.
Give the camera the finger.
Okay, you
Just in case it's being recorded.
Alright.
And then I head back to
The junction?
junction.
You gotta head back with your buddy?
How big are these drives?
They're about this big, but not as wide.
Okay.
So like about half of
Sure.
that. Right
I'm gonna like wrap them up in one of the dead man's shirts,
So do you just
so I can carry these.
have this little like shirt bag of
Yeah,
dry?
I'm gonna
Okay.
try to tie it off to you.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Sure. You got it.
Do you want a wooden stick to you, Hobo?
yeah. I'm gonna attach it to my belt on the backside. Be a fanny pack.
All right. And when you guys are satisfied, then when you've got okay, so you guys meet back at the cross junction.
We found people,
Yeah.
cultists,
Oh.
More importantly, we killed people.
Yeah.
cultists.
We killed a pillar.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I found a room on a camera security system with a gigantic sphere.
Okay.
My notes say destroy sphere. So destroy sphere.
Why?
Because it's
It might be
probably
the source
it's
of
probably
our
the source
power
of the
loss.
power loss.
How do we destroy it?
How do you know that?
What else?
It's just a big sphere.
What else?
What if it's like a decoration?
Well,
Dude, who cares then? are you looking to purchase this?
Where
later?
is this
It's
sphere?
not like
I
a
don't know.
win-win situation.
So-
Just destroy it.
This ship's gigantic.
Let's go find it.
Yeah, let's go find it.
I think I saw a map of it.
There's also a room with
No, you
a
didn't.
gigantic
Like,
robot
did I-
human alien thing
Did I remember a map?
that we should probably get our powers back first
Spazzing gonk, huh?
before we fight him.
Well, hopefully we don't accidentally find him first.
We have no idea where anything is on this ship.
Maybe
He could be 20 feet over there.
Well, we know he's there somewhere.
Somewhere on this ship.
Better than not knowing he's there.
So you don't know where any of these rooms are? Like, do you have any clues?
So,
Context
you've
clues?
seen this stuff is irrelevant because we're just going to be going room to room anyways.
Is that true?
Not really. There might be.
What other option is there than going room to room?
That's just computers.
We're in a hallway. There's no more computers.
What computers?
You know, what's the worst that could happen if you just go down this hallway?
Forever.
Yeah.
It probably loops through the whole thing.
Let's
Well,
find out.
That's fine.
One person, you go walk down.
You keep going.
See if you reach
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. We'll wait.
You have a gun now.
I could run into what?
I said you have a gun now.
You got a gun.
Almost useless to me.
I'll take it. I'll take it. We're all like, we'll take it.
Primitive technology.
Crazy.
Alright, let's find the sphere.
Yeah, I'm out of the sphere plan. It's all we really got. I don't understand alien, so
But I mean, I don't know
Not
how
very
to
well.
find the map unless
If
I
we
remember.
didn't know about the sphere, we would just keep going and we'd go room to room.
I know, unfortunately, that's what we have to do.
So it's irrelevant about this whole sphere
Yeah, but, like-
nonsense.
No, because if we go into a room and it has something other than the sphere, we just move on.
But what if it's something else that's important?
let's just
We
see
can
what we
circle
find.
back when you have powers.
Let's
If
play.
the
Let's play it
sphere
by
gets
ear.
powers.
Let's play it by ear. We find something.
We're gonna find 3,500 more cultists.
I'm going-
Gotta kill them all.
I'm
I
going
wish we
to
could destroy
We don't have enough
continue
bullets.
moving forward under the assumption that the sphere is close.
That's what we would have done anyways.
No one would have known.
Yes.
'Cause we didn't know it existed.
We would be going room to room.
Let's keep going.
Let's
All
just
right.
keep looking for
Yeah.
more maps.
That's fine.
Maybe we'll find a map.
Keep going.
All right.
Yeah, there's gotta be a legend in here somewhere.
You
Like
guys
a long alien.
continue deeper into the ship.
There's gotta be a map of some sort.
You
People get lost here all the time. They have to.
you travel. Let's see. It took about 5 minutes for you guys to get to that first junction from the docking bay. Yeah, then it's about another 5 minutes. So you come up to. This isn't a true T junction. So it's dead end straight ahead, and then passageways to the left and right that have a very slight circular curve to them, so they're not like perfectly horizontal.
Running track.
Yep.
You know what we gotta do.
Yes.
We gotta go down one of these ways.
Yep.
Why you making that?
I go left.
There you
You go
go.
left.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I'll go left.
Same teams.
There you
Okay,
go.
I'm just going left.
All right.
Because you can sense the sphere in this direction.
Okay.
No, because you're gonna go into every single room and explore it. I'm gonna just open the doors, and if it doesn't have a sphere, I'm gonna move on.
What if there are cultists in there?
Oh, I'll kill them.
Exactly!
But there's not gonna be cultists in every single room.
There could be.
There already hasn't
There
been.
could be spazzing gonks.
Smashing gongs.
They're gonna be King Gong.
Yeah, King Gong.
He's in the middle of this circle.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I'm making.
What if you took a little? What if you got bored in there? What if you went to hang out with one of the other gonks?
Yeah. They're having a gonk party.
No,
You
it's true.
walk into it.
Oh boy.
He's
Who
like
knows?
100 gonks. He's a big guy.
I'm sure he would call them to him.
Probably.
All right.
Probably doesn't even fit out the door.
I'm gonna start with the group that went right.
Built the shit
Okay.
around him.
That is Thomas and Nick.
Yeah.
All right.
What are we doing on this shoot?
You're saving Metro City. You're saving the whole world, as far as you know.
That's the idea.
I gotta become a bug again. All right.
I'm gonna
Yep.
be a bugger guy.
Actually, I don't know why I want to.
Worst 5 minutes.
I know why you made yourself a bug to begin with.
Wasn't
wasn't
up,
a choice.
It wasn't
Choice.
up to me, man.
Yeah.
All right. 2 minutes.
We could,
Yeah, it was.
we could stealth you into places by me making you a
2
map.
minutes after you take that route fork.
Yeah.
You are you're running down the hallway with your buddy,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, that same reddish coloration that you saw out of the beam from the guy's head is just in front of you in a solid wall, and what appears behind you as well.
What appears behind us?
There's a wall of that like energy
from
drain field.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah. yes, exactly.
Trapped.
Well, let's go meet up
Right,
with everybody, I guess.
and you see
It's
the
gonna go
Behind
in.
us.
Yep, and they start compressing, so they're moving towards the center.
If only they were just like laser line
Whip it.
patterns that you had to dodge.
I'll take my scourge.
Scourge. Just whip the energy field. All right, putting your back into it.
Yep.
Then give me a strength.
5.
Okay. It rebounds off and seems to do nothing.
Are there any emitters, sources that I can see for this field?
Yeah, they're on like little tracks, and they're on the outside of where the energy wall is, so they're projecting it inwardly, and you see them. They're like just moving along the wall, the wall, ceiling, and the floor. So there's 4.
Try. Shoot one.
Okay, you know it's on the other side of the field, though.
You made that clear, yes.
Okay, so you're just gonna find the perfect
Yep.
angle to hit
Yep.
one. All right,
Try.
give me a prowess.
Man's gonna fail.
11.
What's the name of that Thomas Jane game?
Gun.
Thank you, Thomas. Do it. He got it. Yeah.
What does Thomas Jane have to do with it?
He's the main character.
No way. You lied.
Now
to me.
you love that game even
I
more.
don't remember this at all.
All right.
Why would you be in that?
All right. At any rate, you take your shot, and
God, he was with Lance Henriksen, Brad Dourif, and Ron Perlman.
it's the greatest Western game ever made. The bullet finds like the perfect little negative space in the energy barrier, like enough for just like air to go through, and it created like a little hiccup, and so for a moment that whole energy wall has gone out.
Gotta leave. Gotta leave.
If you say the Thomas Jane game, just, oh yeah,
The hung game.
okay.
All right, so you've caused a malfunction,
All right.
and it's that wall went out, but now it's like
Flickering?
sputtering. Yeah.
Alright, we gotta just dive through.
It's gonna mince you.
I'm gonna make the dive.
All right, he's just fearlessly jumping through.
Yep,
Is this the
diving
one in
through.
front of us or behind us?
This is the one in front of you.
Good, good. Only forward. I would have also
You
died.
both diving through.
It's same time, preferably.
Okay.
No, that's why would that be good?
You share the
It's
same
like,
fate.
Yep.
Fuck that!
we literally die together.
If I see him about to go, I'll
He's
wait.
gonna jump on your
Yeah,
back.
I'll wait. I know he's got a
He'll jump on your
history.
back so you both fall exactly halfway through, and then it just turns on and kills you. Alright, well, you see him going with you. As you
Okay,
start.
I'm gonna hesitate at the last moment.
Alright, you see him do this. He's planting his feet. He's stopping. You gonna keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. You see him dive through.
Okay, then I will make my die.
Okay. Give you must roll.
Okay.
Give me a coordination.
Does athletics help?
Yes.
Then I have a 10.
Are you sure it's not like your knowledge of athletics, like you know, like all the gold medal winners? Or something?
You have the Guinness book ready to go.
Like, just memorized.
Like a
Study-
PE
study.
teacher, athletics expert.
Okay. It cuts off like the sole of your back foot as it turns on.
Oh,
But
like,
of your shoe. So
yeah.
like your
Oh
foot,
my god!
Big difference.
yeah.
your foot is intact. It's just one's gonna be a little bit lower as your
My
movement.
loafers.
Yep.
I got a 6.
You didn't need to roll.
Oh.
You went through when it wasn't gonna come back on.
Oh,
So,
alright.
You would have been dead.
You would have both lived. You'd still have your soul if you came with me.
You soulless bitch.
Okay. There's a PA system apparently aboard the ship, and you hear Eternal. So you guys hear this too, and say, "The intruders have made it past the deflection field. Everyone to Sector 3." All right, and then the PA message goes off.
Deflect this.
Okay.
There's no camera in that hallway.
Well,
Yeah, we're-
have to be.
somehow he knew that you guys made it past it. So. Are you gonna keep going forward?
Oh yeah.
All right. You guys.
That's us.
Yep. You encounter no traps.
Suckers.
You're so the circle bend. So if you guys if here's the T junction,
Yeah.
you guys are. It feels like it's straightening out. So it's the way it's been going. It's probably going to start arcing this way. But as you're passing around this way, you see there's a passageway leading off. So you can either go there or continue in the circular track there.
Left.
I go left.
Okay.
I always go left.
All right. This hallway is not nearly as long, and the doors here, like the hallway, it's as it moves, the ceiling just immediately gets larger, and the hallway gets wider, and there's a large door. Exact same design as all the other ones you found. It's just on a larger scale.
King Gonk.
This door seems important.
Gonky Kong.
I'll approach it until it opens.
Okay.
I'm holding this primitive gum.
Like just the air just from the moving the hydraulics of the big doors just.
Gonky Kong gonna fuck
Yep.
you up.
And you recognize an image from your feeds. It is the King's Chamber.
See, I told you.
Right now, I mean, he's probably about 100 yards into this room. Like, this room, again, is just massive. And he's just sitting in the chair. He actually hasn't moved at all.
Maybe he's a nice guy.
You can go talk to him. I started turning around the other way.
Okay, you're going to head. Okay.
I
So
back,
he runs.
I back up and run as well.
Just walk.
Okay. And then as you guys get far enough away from the door, it just closes again. So there you go. Okay. You guys, 2.5 minutes after your trap, you are faced with a similar option where it was bending to the right, and now it's straightening out, and there's a passageway going to the right. Or you could continue.
However, speed or wherever I be. Think about it.
If you were
Take
what?
a right.
I'm not gonna think about it. I
He
want
doesn't
to tell
care.
me the answer.
You know.
Straight.
Okay. We go straight? Alright. About 20 seconds from your decision, you hear just a stampede of feet and like movement coming from straight ahead of you.
Let's go the other way. Let's go the other way.
Chewie, get us out of here.
How big are these how wide are these hallways?
That's a good question. They're about as wide as this room from the inner wall to the windows there.
It's like fairly wide.
Yeah, so that looks like about 10 12 feet. Yep. Okay.
Let's go back.
Okay. So you're just gonna run back to wherever that right way passage leads. Okay. So you guys are running towards the top of this circle since you did not choose to go into King Gonk's chamber there. Okay.
Donkey Kong.
Okay. Yep. So it's bending now this way, and on your, I guess that would be on your left, coming from this way. You see a passageway leading straight. So you're leaving the circle track.
Oh no.
Wait, how's it going again?
Alright. This was, you guys move up to here. Mang and Thomas went this way. You guys are going this way. At this point in the circle was King Gong's room. You guys kept going here, and now you see a passage going here, or you could keep going in the circle that way.
There's nothing, no entrances into...
You never found an interior doorway, no.
Let's.
Was there anything that I noticed while we were taking the helicopter ride that would suggest that was like hollow?
No, there wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like a ring shape. It was like really. It was like a solid like glyph. So.
Not a big donut.
No.
I don't like that. Can I check the wall where like the T shape happens, where the like?
So like where if there's anything
Yeah.
in the wall. Okay. Yeah, I'll take an awareness.
I'm aware. There's definitely a wall there.
Yep.
10.
Okay. It feels like just solid steel. Like it'd be quite an effort to punch through there. And no like secret control panel comes up, and you're fairly confident there's no electric system in this section of the wall, at least where you're inspecting it right now.
Well, we'll take a left.
Okay. You head forward. I have to do the timing here. Okay. So I'm gonna come back to you guys again. So you're heading forward. You guys double back from the stampeding herd to head right, and you head forward into a hallway. This door is also larger to access. You see just everything kind of expanding about you. And do you go forward so that it triggers the automatic opening? Alright. You guys head through, and you come into another cavernous chamber. This is different though. There's no King Gong here.
There's only one King Gong.
You're on something of a landing where it's like, here's the hallway. It leads into this little platformed area that's kind of cordoned off. And then far ahead into the room, you see a giant sphere of almost sun-like radiance. It's very bright. And on the landing, there are three of the messenger Gong aliens, and they all project little images at you. These ones are different. They're just like composite images, so they just look like there's like a woman, a man, and like a child. So they create a little family with their projected images and say
first.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, the child says, "This is a restricted area."
I'm gonna dive forward.
Are you gonna shoot at the image?
I'm shooting
or
at the gong.
Okay.
I'm smart enough to know that.
All right. This is your last clip for that gun.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a prowess.
12.
Okay. Jesus Christ. You've spent your last clip, but that gong has been disabled. It has an identical behavioral pattern as that other one did, with its like spazzing out. So
Blow up, baby.
I'm gonna take that was a kid.
Kid gone.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna
Kid gone.
Alright, I'm gonna take that scourge and bash the woman.
the hologram.
No, they're just holograms, right?
Even so.
Okay.
Okay. Satisfyingly, your scourge goes through, and again, the holograms seem to be able to experience pain for some reason. It goes, it dissipates. And after you do that, the two operational gongs fire their their energy drain raise at both of you. One of each.
I'm dip and dive.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're both just going to try to dive out of the way?
Dive out of the way.
Alright, I will take coordinations.
9.
With athletics, 13.
Okay.
Dr. Cal Endar, bitch.
Okay.
You say that to the gong.
Yeah, that's right.
You dodge out of the way. Your banana suit gets singed, but you don't take any damage.
No.
You see, like, it looks like their little, like, trackers are updating, so it looks like their targeting systems are dynamic, so the next shots might be more difficult, but you have a moment while they're recharging.
I'm gonna chuck my pistol.
Swing it at?
Yeah.
Alright.
An old pistol whip.
I'll take a, that's a prowess too, that's a ranged tag, even though you're throwing it.
11.
Okay.
What a pistol.
It makes solid contact, and it looks like it you might have like dislodged it a little bit, but it doesn't like just annihilate it like your hail of bullets did.
Is the kid gonk about to blow up?
Well, based on how long it took the other one to, it's getting there. Maybe in about 12 more seconds or so.
Okay.
Thomas, do you have an offensive option here?
It's offensive, alright. I'm gonna. I want to attack the spear.
Oh,
We're gonna shoot the spear?
okay. It's pretty far away.
Oh, alright. Is the man.
Like I said, you guys are like in like on like a landing of like a huge room where like the sphere is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are the people closer?
Oh yeah, I mean all three of the messenger aliens were on this little landing with you guys.
Alright, well then I'll go for one of them.
Okay, go more detail as far as go for one of them. Like, do you want to like jump onto it,
No,
or
I
like
want to
okay,
attack it. Attack it with the scourge.
all right. I will take. I'll take a coordination and then a strength in succession.
Coordination 11.
Okay, you have an excellent jump.
You don't look like that.
Strength 5.
Right now,
Okay.
no, I don't. But this part, that part, right in the middle.
With normal armor.
The normal part.
All right. Your flail is not the most effective, or your scourge is not the most effective weapon against this. You know, some of the little like hooks in it do rake against the sphere at the top, and it might have dug in, create a little bit of a scratch, but it's still functional. And you see a little projection. One of them changes the projection, and it's eternal. And he appears there. So you see a little hologram of him. He says, "Oh no! Must improve your targeting systems. Disable the nullification field." And he raises his hands up, and it looks like their targeting systems are now maybe have precognition, but you all feel differently. So
Do I look different?
you become a bug, and you like rip through the banana suit. And they're going to fire upon you guys again.
Oh my goodness.
This time, my force field.
Okay, so you're gonna. What do you do, Cal?
I will just stretch out of the way.
All right.
You call it your target.
Okay. Give me your power rolls then.
13.
10.
Okay. You activate your force field, and it rebounds the beam, and you see it like go like straight back at the sphere, and it explodes.
Oh.
That causes a chain reaction of explosions after it reflects. Cal, you do an amazing dodge, but you could see like to your horror, like it was tracking exactly to where your new location would be and fires.
I got 7 damage resistance.
Okay. Then you will take 1 stamina damage.
Alright.
Yep. And after you take that hit, they all are exploded now. And you guys are I think Thomas was a bit closer because he was in there for melee. So
yes, he was.
But he's also maintaining his force field, so you're just going to keep holding it?
Yep.
Okay, I will need a new roll because this is like three alien explosions here.
7.
Okay, you will take 1 stamina damage through your force field, but now all 3 messengers are destroyed here, and Eternal goes, oh shit! And then you see his, well actually, his hologram would have disappeared as that one died, so it just, so he's gone.
My fingers are gonna be coming for you now.
Stretching through those long...
all the fill.
Alright,
the fill.
back to you guys. So you head down that straight tunnel, and as you're moving down that tunnel, you feel all of a sudden different for some reason. Better.
Wow.
Maybe even healthier.
Do I feel like every 6 seconds I heal a little bit?
No.
You can take 1... You have 6 seconds for 1 heal.
Okay.
So take a heal.
Yeah. It's...
Yep. The door is open, and you see you are on the bridge of the ship. And it looks like Eternal, he like was looking through a monitor, and you see him like, no, and sorry, I know there's a microphone there.
Yeah.
And he sees that the door is open, so he whips around and sees 2 of the Racketeers here.
Before
And
that happens, as soon as I can feel my power back.
Shadow
I'm in
form. Okay, you can be shadow form before you pass through. So
Yes.
he'll only see his arch rival there. So
And as soon as the door's open, I'm already. Oh, probably. What time is it? Am I gonna be able to go outside of shadow form?
outside.
Out into this,
Didn't you say it was out?
out of the ship?
No, you're still inside the ship, but there's like a sky view. So like there's
Okay.
windows
Okay, I see.
to survey the area. Yeah.
Alright.
So there's cultists in here. There's a few of the messenger aliens, and then there's Eternal, who's like a wizard-looking guy.
Alright, I want to shadow form behind him.
Okay. What's your speed in shadow form? Do we?
Normal.
Okay, so
I would assume.
you're moving around to him.
I would like to shout you, and then do power.
You take that, soldier boy.
And then use my power nullification power.
Oh, you're gonna nullify.
And it has a burst extra, so like in a short range burst.
Okay.
Multiple targets.
All right. You might be able to.
I think you can choose just enemies, but I don't really know.
That's because he could be like doing his shadow movement and then just like
I feel like I would notice him
good.
leaving my view. Like I don't know if I saw studs going there, but I would try not to target my own teammate.
You would try.
I guess they'd look for burst extra, sort of a generic one.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for the generic extras. Wherever they might be. Extra.
Read all about it.
Your power can affect everyone within close distance simultaneously.
Well, it
Roll
says
one
can.
test for the power. Different opposing abilities of the targets provide different difficulties and outcomes.
Studs. I mean, I know there's a favorable interpretation of the players, but he does raise a point. It does say can.
But it says can affect everyone.
Yeah.
So it's
So suggesting that
everyone
it's
or
capable
no one.
It's like, yes, I like this. So studs will get it. You said there's like opposing roles
Yeah,
or
so
something?
for this it's coordination versus coordination.
Okay. Then, well, I've got Eternal stats. Studs has his coordination
This
stat.
fucking game again.
And,
You literally tried to do this to me.
I'm
before.
not trying to stop you. You left ahead without saying anything.
Because that's what I do.
Alright,
Okay.
so I got Eternal's roll here.
Alright,
And then let me
got a
open.
gun.
I'll open up the success chart to see if it's probably gonna be closer for you and Studs.
I actually hope you don't beat. Well, I hope I roll well, but I also hope you roll well. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'll try to.
I rolled the same coordination.
Okay, well, I rolled a 6.
I rolled
so.
a 9.
Is there a way I can boost this?
So that would be a major failure against Studs, which would be good.
It would be good to fail against studs.
But you don't know how good it was against Eternal, so that's the thing.
We have determination. Can that be spent on rolls?
Yeah.
we have fate points and stuff.
Well,
They always
determination
get
is
pushed to the side.
determination is fate points in this
So
game.
is that like a reroll?
It hasn't come up, so let me reference it again.
I forgot these. You can impose your will.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know. I don't do that very often. Where I'm like, hey, you have the trait water in your eyes or something. I don't do that.
You were aquatic.
Yeah.
Studs, what did you roll?
Roll a 9. I'm good.
Okay, well, as long as I just get a little bit more, and hopefully
You're gonna fuck him
Patient.
over. He's gonna
So-
be confused with the ship or something.
Damn it! I hate where it says go to here for determination, and then it says see later in this chapter. What's
For determination.
That's
kind of shit.
That's why you just do Control F.
in my mind.
Yep.
All right.
That's how Rain Man.
Spending determination points. This is the real page. I'm gonna write this down on my master sheet. Yep. All the Control Fs get logged here. Pyramid tests. I got that. All right.
What does it do?
Okay. Activate quality, avoid trouble, determined effort. So yes, you could totally re-roll it if you want to spend a determination point.
And somebody said before you can't use a power against somebody twice if it's failed against them or something like
Some
that?
powers. Like, there were some of Suds' wizardry effects, I think. That were...
Yeah, I'm not a wizard anymore.
Does that specify like in the
He
power
kills
itself?
wizards now.
Does that specify
About
in the
to.
power itself, or
Let me consult nullify, because it will say if it's one of the... if it behaves that way.
You really have to be difficult. Why don't you just shoot him in the face?
It's eternal. He'll know it. He'll see it coming.
yeah, he's
Yep.
got quick cognition.
He does, yep. Okay, can completely negate the powers of another within extended range.
Studs, he's gonna see you coming.
Okay, yep. So
What's
it's
he gonna do?
be,
Grab me? I'm immediately going to have an aura around me.
Motherfucker's
I
gonna
don't. Is
die.
that his only power? Is
Oh
precognition?
no, he's also got transmutation and immortality.
Yes.
He's fucking immortal.
That it's not as amazing.
He's
as
immortal.
Is he immortal to this?
I don't know.
I'll
So-
find out.
Did you spend a determination to reroll? Because you
I-
may if you wish. If not, you can just see how you did against his.
Studs got a gun. I think if he has a gun and immortal man has nothing, then that's probably worth it. So I will spend one of my 3 determinations.
Oh, all right. So Studs,
You
Phil's rerolling. You don't have to reroll.
What is 3 plus? I have 8 total now.
I'm good. I'm at 9.
I will
Well,
not reroll.
hold on, Studs.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Partial.
Okay, nope, you're good. All right. So you got a moderate failure against Studs, which means your effect fails.
Are you guys fighting each other?
No, I don't want to.
And yeah, I know this
It would be the
PvP.
second time we've kind of dueled on this.
Just trying to nullify him. And not having
But now next time I try to kill a bunch of people and you try to nullify me, I'll just shoot him with
Alright.
his gun.
You can kill all these people. The cultists.
And you got a massive success against Eternal.
Oh.
So,
Okay, so
he's going to be powerless for like 5 rounds.
oh my goodness.
So yeah, you'll
He's gonna be powerless for a
Yeah.
lot longer than that.
so
Forever.
you see him like he's just like gonna start doing all his spooky stuff,
Spooky
and
shit.
then
Stuff.
goes, oh no! And Studs, by the time he realizes what's happened, you are in melee range of him.
Okay. I come up from behind.
Just
Like all good superheroes.
Yeah, all good superheroes.
all right.
I put my hand on his shoulder with an aura, and then with my other hand,
Gotta brain him.
right into the
Yeah,
head.
because so you're using like the energy drain or the whatever the
No,
or
my
the
aura's
aura
just
damage, and then
a bullet to the head.
Okay.
Don't F around.
Just like Captain America.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Hey, we're not villains.
We're not.
so what's the base damage of your aura?
It's my power level, so
Yep.
4.
Okay, so
No,
just,
5.
all right, so just 5 raw damage from that.
Raw damage.
Yep, because he does not have damage resistance. He uses precognition as his main.
Defensive
Yep.
cover. Not today.
Yep. And then I'll just say a bullet to the head at point blank range is probably like 9 damage there. So I'll say net 13 or 14 damage.
Perfect.
We're really playing Punisher kills the Marvel universe.
Yeah, you're gonna kill anyone with abilities,
Oh, yeah.
good or bad. Like
Just
so you
us.
got-
Just us.
All right. He's done. He's dead.
Skeletor.
No, Eternal.
Didn't see this.
Actually, hold on. Immortal. No, hold on. Immortal might have some. Oh no, his powers are.
Yeah, his powers are gone.
No, nullification into headshot damage aura. That's spectacular. Good teamwork. All right. So it looked like he was turning around to hit this big button. You don't know what the button did, but he's done. His cultists. There's like 6 of them in here, so they're a little enraged that you killed their leader, obviously. So they're gonna start rushing you guys. And there's a couple of messenger aliens in here who are gonna start their protocols. So what do you guys want to do in the face of that?
This.
Bulletstorm.
Yep.
Bullets do you have?
You have 2 guns, right? Or
No,
you gave him one.
I gave him one gun and then I used the
And you've used one bullet from that gun.
Yep.
It was fired a couple of times by the
I think it
henchman.
was fired twice.
Okay, you have 6 targets, Studs. How many are you going for in this volley?
I am literally just shooting across them, so whenever it runs out,
Okay,
you can just
firing
charge
for effect.
Yeah.
Okay, give me your prowess then.
No, I'll give you my prowess.
All right.
8.
Okay. Phil, what are you doing?
Fuck it, I'm pulling out a gun too. I'm gonna join in.
You gonna do the same?
I'm gonna
then.
try to hit the gosh right.
We get our powers back, and it's just nice.
See, this is what I told you would happen. This is what I told you.
All right.
Truth be told, once the gun ammo's out, I'm gonna just kill him with my.
Yeah. All right. Give me a prowess, Phil.
Who needs courage when you have a gun?
Yep.
8.
Okay.
Like
those are two pretty good rolls
Boondock
there.
sainting from like the ceiling, basically. Where we're just like.
All right.
And
2 are shot dead.
there's a 3rd round. I heal up.
Another 2 are injured. There's 2 who are able to take cover because you guys are firing in like sweeping patterns. So the ones at the ends were able to take cover. And you clipped one of the 2 messenger robots. Not for significant damage. You like shooting at the little cores at the top require a little bit more than that, but a nice opening volley to be sure.
My gun is out.
Yes, both of your guns are smoking at the end of the barrel.
So then shadow form.
What's your power nullification level?
5.
Okay.
What
was his immortality level?
His immortality is 5.
Oh, okay.
His precognition was 6.
Oh, so he would still have.
He would have still
level
had one level precog.
Okay, and level 2 transmute.
Yeah, that'd be gone.
Okay. He knew that he was about to die. he couldn't move quick enough. Is what the net result was. You know?
Last thing he saw in his mind.
He had a preview for it like a few
So
seconds
basically,
before it happened.
we just made his death more gruesome.
There's just no way he could have.
Fuck!
Yeah,
You knew there was no way out.
yeah, because the shadow man was
Final
big
moments were filled with hopelessness.
Okay. While you guys did your bullet storm, the rays were shot at you. So Studs is he's going insubstantial right as it's reaching him. So it might clip part of his body before he fully blinks away.
Are those light based?
Yes, they are.
So they can still hit me.
Yep. Okay, then that could be a bit more of a problem. But you are going to like the floor.
Yeah.
So
I am
okay,
still
as,
like 2D.
yeah. So as a target, you're getting very small. Phil, are you just dive roll?
If I have time to.
Okay. I mean, you can always make the effort to, because you see like it's like these big red laser beams. that
I don't
shoot
like
out.
pain that much, so yeah, I'll dive.
Okay, give me a quick chord then.
Chord 7.
Okay. It hurts.
Wow.
You're gonna take 2 stamina damage.
Wow. Gets me back to that.
But your regen is now active, so
Mhm.
you'll be able to regen again at the end of the round.
Yeah, it's basically every minute I regen 6, pretty much. So it's like I can keep track of it.
So every 2 rounds you regenerate 1.
Basically, and
That's what we'll house rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's basically, and then like
Because
at
that's
the
like
end of-
about 12.
yeah, and then at the end of the
seconds
end of like 10 rounds, I regen 2 basically. It's like, yeah.
All right. Studs, I'm going to say also 2 stamina damage. Because they're wide cones. Are you dead?
No.
Okay. And now you're going to be a lot harder to track. The cultists don't even see you. They don't have any powers. They're just
The dawn.
human. Yep. And Phil, you've got two. You've got a total of 4 cultists who are still alive, although 2 are injured, and then the 2 messenger aliens. And you're just by like a computer console in the bridge here.
I look at the council.
All right.
His name's Craig.
I mean, you see like alien characters and stuff.
Okay. Well,
you jumped further away from the big button that Eternal looked like he was about to push.
I press some random buttons and then I keep dodging.
Okay, so you're just gonna keep running and dodging, pushing buttons along the way.
Sure, everything but the big one.
All right, Studs, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go and kill the closest cultist.
Okay, so just materialize next to him, put your hand on him, and watch him die.
Yep.
Okay. The closest one is an injured one because the others are trying to group up, so he's a bit more isolated.
Takes 5 damage.
Okay, he's done. He's down for the count.
And then I go back into shadow form.
All right.
I wanted like a picture that I'm like only halfway out. I just like I was like only go right back in.
I'll come back to you guys. Back in the core. You've defeated the aliens here, and you're in the room with the big sphere, and you have your powers back.
Big ass sphere.
Did the sphere get destroyed?
No.
I thought it would beam reflected out of me.
That reflected at the controlling sphere on top of the alien that was fighting you. On top of that specific guy. Like, you reflected it directly back at the source of where it came from.
Okay,
Yep.
I see. Alright, so let's go to the big sphere.
Okay.
I don't think we should destroy it now.
I think we should.
I don't know.
You told us to.
Okay, go do it.
That was the advice.
Do it.
You were very
clear
about
yes,
it.
Alright.
you were.
Destroy it.
Fucking land on the city.
Oh yeah. Then we'll clean it up. Your Hagar will be throwing money at me.
Become
Make a
unlondon.
killing.
Yep.
You're like, there's nothing else we could do.
Yep. Okay, so we approach the big sphere.
Alright, like, it's like a chasm, like, that is, like, housed, like, it's just, like, in this huge room just suspended on its own. So if you want to approach, you're going to need to either, like, do some stretchy stuff or go way down to wherever the floor of this room is.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
You can see it. It's
We were
not
on a platform.
Yeah, It's like a little outcropping
okay.
of it. Yep, right. Yep.
Is this like Cerebro? Like
Yeah,
where it's a
kind of,
big
but
empty room?
even on a bigger scale.
And nothing is like supporting it.
Not that you can visibly see. It could be like magnetized, perhaps, but it's just hanging out there. Yep.
I mean, I have a gun. There's no bullets.
Shoot it.
What if he throws Mantis at it?
Yeah,
Just with the
destroy
sword?
claws.
You can be the human
Just
bullet.
go straight through it.
Vaporize.
Okay, I'm gonna send out my eyeballs. I'm gonna look around to see if I see anything.
Okay.
Must be so disorienting.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I'm assuming
It's
he's
taken
not.
years of training.
I'm
I
assuming he's
was gonna
not
say,
literally doing the. I'm sure it's very neat. It's
It's pretty steady.
okay. Well, you can actually see as your eyeballs get closer. There's like
Wacky wavy
these
eyes.
cylindrical wedges that seem to be projecting like out towards the sphere, so like one beneath it, above it, and then on the sides. And you do feel like there's some sort of like maybe magnetic field that's like holding it up in place right there.
Okay. I will grab the pistol
Okay.
and I'll go down there and I'll just
Start on one of these cylinders.
Yeah. That's what you do.
All right.
You have powers now.
Well, so having your stretching at 8, is it, or 7?
7.
Okay, so that means your like other stuff isn't limited by anything when you're stretched up to that point. So you still need your brute strength with your. So give me your strength roll here.
That is. Can I determine something?
Yeah. You see you think you identify a narrower section of the cylinder where it's attached to the wall. It's not quite uniform all around.
So I can re-roll.
Yes.
Target that instead.
Yep.
Nice. 10.
Okay. So you see him hammering away.
Piece of metal on a piece of metal.
It's very loud and echoey in this giant chamber. It's very inelegant, but it's, you eventually get it off. Like it separates, and you see like the ball. It's still holding, but it's gyrating in its movement now with one of the magnet systems down.
Nice.
It's like
In time, it'll completely go out of wobble, and it will destroy itself.
You guys might want to get off this shit.
Super long, stretchy arm, all the way the distance, just to have little tiny motion, basically.
Yeah.
Alright, I will.
Okay.
Let's get out of here. Mission accomplished.
So unnecessary, dude.
You told us to!
You couldn't realize that was holding up the ship by now?
We don't know that.
Why?
You don't know that.
I
No one knows
I
that.
still don't know that. Why would we know it?
It's an educated guess.
It's
Yeah.
What did you say?
My intellect is 4, baby.
You're
Mine too.
billionaire
That's pretty good.
CEO.
Isn't it like
Don't
Like,
question Dr.
like,
Calendar.
like an above average IQ?
It's
Yes.
gonna be some sort of antimatter explosion over the city or something.
Well, we're getting out of here.
Alright, what's done is done.
What's done is done.
Okay, so you guys,
What
are
is
you gonna
done may never be
trace
done.
the way that you took all the way back to the docking bay?
Back to Bill.
All right. At the steady jog you guys took to get here, that will take 14 and a half minutes.
We gotta go fast.
Time.
How's
Do we not have time? Are
Well,
we falling?
I was just telling you.
I have no idea.
I was just
But it
telling you.
seems like a long time.
it's like a mile?
Is
run.
my stretching faster than my jogging?
I doubt it.
like stretch your arms, then like
Yeah, but
That's
what I'm wondering.
You take really big
Yeah, you
steps.
take huge steps.
But if it's faster, like if it goes,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
I mean that's a little fast.
that'd be pretty quick.
But somewhere between.
Like you'd be like Spider-Man, would just use
I
my
would
hands.
say you're like using stretching to move gives you a slight advantage as opposed to jogging. It's like this weird little like
Like a fucking weird gazelle.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
should do like
yeah.
the Spider-Man, like swinging through the skyscrapers, but just like using your hands and just grabbing.
But I would need to grab stuff.
Yeah, you just
There might not be
grab
something to
and
grab.
pull. It never stops Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
He doesn't grab stuff.
Patches.
He attaches
That's
web to
webs.
stuff.
You're sticky. Spider-Man.
No, I'm doing what he said.
Those are just little hands. The end of the web. They grip.
So
The hands that grip.
all right. And what's your base coordination?
6.
All right, Thomas. What's your base coordination?
5.
Okay, so he is going to start like passing you up. There's nothing you can do about it unless you somehow find a way to use your power. Jump on his back.
Yeah.
They never expected.
So that
Can I turn my back into like Jello? Shake him off. Every man for himself.
We're not. We're
I'm
heroes.
with you, friend.
all right. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna assume Thomas tried this maneuver.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Attempt to dodge it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get him off.
God,
Elasticity.
God.
This will be opposing coordination.
Oh boy.
Not my stretching.
No.
11.
9.
Gotta determine that shit, Tommy.
So Thomas,
You die.
you feel good about your jump, but the way he's able to just contort his body, it's just not quite good enough, and he's able to evade you. And the fact that he had a lead on you to begin with made it more difficult
Alright.
to maneuver. So you see him just bounding ahead.
Get out.
Get me out of here.
So freaky.
He's gonna get to the helicopter first and leave before any of the team gets.
Probably.
How far? I'm only like a couple minutes behind, right?
That's
But,
a
well,
long time.
By the time he gets there, yeah, like the gap in time will probably put you about 2 minutes behind him. So
I'll send Bill back though.
No, you have to go back.
After you're like
The rest of the team.
your minimum nuclear safe distance
Yeah.
away, and then say you may go back. Go get him. Go get him. All right, back to the bridge. The remaining cultists wish to surrender.
No.
Okay, so you guys basically have the option to massacre them.
I'm just gonna keep pressing random buttons and running around the room.
All right. That'll probably increase the destabilization of the ship's holding position because you're in the bridge now. You're not in some.
Okay, I'm trying to figure
So
out.
yeah, the ship starts. It is definitely out of funk now.
When the ship appeared, did it just like appear like Star Wars hyperdrive?
Well, to you guys, yes, but again, Mike Hagar had a report that it like approached orbit, started descending down rapidly, and the U.S. government took some shots at it on the way down that were ineffective. So it seemed to have to obey the laws of physics in its approach, even though it appeared quick.
Is there a joystick anywhere?
No.
Shucks.
And there's still 2 messenger aliens that'll keep shooting at you if it gets the chance.
Oh,
So
shit.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because you said you were just taking
Yeah, I
cover
was.
and hitting buttons, so you've been cutting off line of sight
Do
from
we,
the messenger aliens. Yeah.
We notice it's wobbliness.
Oh yeah. It's not the smooth, just perfectly stable environment that it used to
I'm
be.
gonna just shadow form out.
Okay.
Because I feel like they're all gonna die anyways. So.
She's just abandoning me.
Yeah.
No notification.
I mean, like, it's clearly going down, buddy.
All right.
Like, if you want to keep pressing buttons, go ahead. But like,
Fair enough.
Okay. And so, Studs, what is your path out of the ship? What is your...
same way we came.
Okay, so you're going to just shadow form the way back.
Yeah.
Alright. You're going to have a bit further to go.
Yeah.
It's going to take you about 19 and a half minutes
That
to get there.
happens.
Okay. Phil, all of a sudden your friend disappears and he doesn't resurface.
All right. You know, what would I do?
He's like, there's something romantic about going down with the
Not
ship.
not my ship.
Oh, no,
not my
okay.
ship.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna run. It makes sense.
It's about to be a skeleton town.
Yeah.
All right.
I've done my work.
What's your base coordination?
5.
Okay.
So I healed 1.
So you start running,
Can you heal me?
and Studs, your shadow speed
I would assume it's the
No,
same.
said
is
it's
your
normal.
is like sprinting speed for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's whatever speed I want it to
Sure.
be up to, like my sprinting.
Yep.
speed.
Okay. So all of you are on your way to the docking bay, and I mean, yeah, with with this music playing, it starts playing on the PA system.
Dancing.
Like,
That
the
was,
ship
one,
knows
that was
it's
one of the
going-
buttons to press last. Was the
Alright.
freaking cassette tape.
Okay. So apart from these frequent and violent kind of just shuddering motions, sometimes it'll start like tilting, but then it'll like
my
assist them.
God.
But it's never enough to just totally like knock anyone out. Like as always, and then but you guys are all gonna take the net of 1 stamina damage from the run back.
Okay.
Even with damage resistance?
Yes.
With force.
It all hurts you in a way very particular to you.
That's some comic book bullshit.
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
really unlucky, but as
Mental
long as you guys can survive that, you'll be alright.
I'm a master.
I'm gonna argue that.
Mental resistance.
Okay,
I-
because you're in shadow form?
I'm in shadow form.
Okay, fine.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
How long does it take me to run all the way back?
The longest out of everybody.
Okay. Well, I do heal 6 health per minute.
Oh, you're fully healed. He said it was 19 minutes for me alone. It's
Okay,
gonna take you the same amount of time. But later.
by the end of the return
Yeah,
journey,
yeah.
by the time you make it to the docking bay, you will be 1 below full,
Okay.
just from the
Sounds
frequent banging around.
I
so.
am glad
Like
with that.
this would like a normal person would just never survive staying on the ship that
I'm just
long.
fucking
with
running
how
and
it is.
just
Yep.
hitting my head on shit.
Okay.
Just nearly dying. It's every curse.
Nice.
So you make it back to the helicopter.
Bill, get me out of here!
What about the others, sir?
I'm not dying for them.
Taking off.
You can fucking like.
I'll send him back.
Wait, this is literally so you didn't wait 2 minutes?
Nope.
I'm not on the ship yet.
He is the only one on the.
He
He's
got
the first
on
one
the
in the
thing,
helicopter.
and
I don't know where you are.
I mean,
I know you were behind me. You jumped on my back, and then I outpaced you. That's what I know.
Yeah, patience. We were running in the same direction.
I know you want to be on the helicopter.
You're not
There's two
You'll
helicopters.
get on the second. Oh yeah, there was another helicopter.
There's the
there you go.
station helicopter.
You can have
That's
skeleton
gonna be
town
your-
fly it.
I have an intelligence of 5. Maybe I'll be able
You
to
might be
figure
able
out.
to just take a look at it.
Yeah,
All right,
figure
yep.
it out.
All right,
If you want to wait for me, I think I'm like 4
He,
minutes behind you.
all
It's
right.
a really long time.
As he gets,
You're
as
gonna
he
do it
gets the
yourself?
turbine started up, he says, "Sir, request a slingshot out of the the docking bay." So basically, he wants you to like just go up
Stretch
to
your
arm
arm
walls and like,
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's it'll help him get that
I can
acceleration.
try that, sure.
Okay, just give me a strength. Otherwise, he might crash into the walls as the ship's like bumping around.
6.
Okay. He like bangs into the side of the wall, but it doesn't cause critical damage. It means that the helicopter will need major repairs after it lands. I don't care. Okay. And you make good your escape from the ship. You can see as you're like flying away, you can actually get a better view of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you see it's like listing, lowering, it's losing altitude like pretty quickly.
Bill, the city's about to have some problems.
All right, Mike Hagar contacts you the moment you're out of the spaceship. You see you have like 1,000 missed calls, and you had a dead zone in there. And okay,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
he says, "Dr. Endar, I see it. It's falling. We're ready. We've got the Army, the Air Force, the Navy. We're ready to blow the shit out of that thing."
Is the city evacuated?
He says, "Well, acceptably so, but I mean, it's going to hit at this rate."
Well, if you think blowing it up will help, you don't need my permission.
All right. Well, he says, I'm going to open fire in 1 minute unless I hear back from you.
All right. Well, I'm safe and sound.
All right. 60 seconds later, you see a salvo of missiles from like the harbor, from like the streets, like from yeah, like all the tanks and like stuff they have there, and then there's like this. You see like this huge like the sky is just dotted with all these like M6 or F-16s just.
Independence Day.
Yep. And there's it seems that the like energy barrier that was stopping the previous projectiles is not operating it with the core out of whack, and so you start to see just explosions all across the bow of the huge ship. And
Is that the ship that we're on?
yes.
In case you wanted to know if there was another ship.
All right.
No.
So Thomas, you make it to the docking bay. Those two are still about 5 minutes behind, but you're in the docking bay, and
Can I
there's
see missiles coming.
There's 2 cultists who are in the helicopter that are like trying to get it started. Who knows where the hell they were when you guys like were killing everybody on the ship? But you see, like they've just about got it started, and they're like looking out the window, and yeah, they're like, "Oh my god, we gotta go now!"
Hey, just room for one more.
Big man.
All right, I mean, the helicopter. It's like lifting off. It's like starting to swim, but the guy opens the door for you like, to like jump aboard.
I'll jump. I'll try to
Okay.
get in.
All right, give me a coordination.
Squeeze your mantis body into here.
9.
Okay. That's good enough. And they help you aboard, and they close the door.
That's a close call.
They say, "You can be our new master. Let's try to survive this."
Yes.
Okay.
I accept this responsibility.
All right. Do you know how to fly this thing?
Let me see.
It looks like the way they're piloting it, it's moments from just crashing into the side of the docking table.
You know how to fly this?
Completely silent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I'll just.
Yep. Give me a mantis intelligence check.
You're not autistic anymore.
I can use a point to get a +2.
Oh, but no. Well, you have to describe like why you get it.
I'm very observant.
Okay.
That was one of my qualities. I had observant / curiosity killed the cat.
Okay.
Maybe you wrote down something that made more sense.
No. All right. You're spending a point. We'll say on the way there, you were so observant. You've watched Bill at the helm enough. You've just seen all the little things he did. Got to be simple, right? All right. You may apply observant.
That's +2.
Yep.
Bam.
9.
Okay. I mean, that's a perfectly suitable knowledge to fly a helicopter. It's just, can you fly it well enough? And you do escape the docking bay. So you're out of the docking bay. And yeah, those missiles are about 15 seconds from impact as you're flying. And like one's like coming right for the helicopter. So you're going to need to do a maneuver.
All right.
So for that, I'll take a prowess because this is just using the controls to dodge the missile. You know how it works.
9.
Okay, yep, that's good enough. You're able to. You don't like tip the helicopter over and cause like a stall or anything, but you move it enough that the missile goes by. There's a tremendous cavalcade of explosions behind you, and you just like the heat of the explosions, the flames like it's licking the back of the helicopter. You're like in this inferno, but that helicopter stays airborne and you're able to get clear. All right, you guys, you are in the ship. You're running through the hallways, and all of a sudden, you just feel
Dead.
You like I mean, there's like basically this. You're in these huge tunnels, and then these just roaring jets of flame just spill through everywhere, and
God,
you're gonna be just in the center of a giant explosion.
if I'm alive.
And he's got shadow.
I don't know. But
I mean, it's
there's
fire.
no shadows.
Yeah,
in
it's
fire.
he's gonna be in a vacuum of lights and fire, so that's gonna be bad.
Well, I always knew him to be very confident
I'm gonna
in
look.
his shadow form, so I believe he'll pull through.
I'm gonna look.
Kim,
Any sort of hiding space I can see, and if there's none, then that's life.
Okay. So the explosion happens. As far as you two know, at this moment, they never made it off the ship and are probably ash right now. To survive such a thing would be beyond superhuman. But I'm not saying they're dead right now.
How much time has passed that we think that?
Well, both you guys are both in your helicopters and clear of the massive explosion.
Okay. I don't even know that he made it.
There's streams of like chunks of the ship and rubble that are gonna be raining like a fiery hell down on Metro City. Yeah, no, I mean that's still gonna happen, but it's still better than like this mile-sized crater that like,
trusted the military intelligence.
Nope. So I mean, hey, as far as they met their objective, now they're just bracing for
the city.
They did.
And if 2 superheroes had to die to save a city, that's just numbers, man.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
It makes sense.
All right.
Heroic sacrifice.
I'd expect it from the rest of you.
Okay. So the two of you make it back to the mayor's office. He has a base camp because repair is being done on City Hall skyscraper. They lost
priority
like,
1.
They lost like the top like 30 floors from like a sideway like glass. So that's gonna be worked on. We don't know the death toll or the damage toll yet, but the mayor says that you'll be awarded the Presidential Medals of Freedom and you'll be given the highest honors. And once the insurance nightmare is taken care of, you'll be getting your checks in the mail.
My maintenance companies are ready to go.
Yep, you're gonna have some corporate losses as well, but you know you'll be able to. Okay, and he says, well, it's a shame about Shadow Mage and Skeleton. Skeleton Town.
It's just like wherever the fuck.
He says, as far as we know,
Shadow Mage and the other guy.
As far as we know, the Metro Menace still has Sentinel.
Shadow Mage.
So perhaps a rescue operation will be in order.
For Sentinel.
Yes.
I mean, who would pay us for that?
He says, I'm gonna let you in on some classified information.
Alright.
Alright, only you though. He pulls you aside. Because
Okay,
he knows, he acknowledges you as the selfless leader of the...
Just go!
Alright. He gives you a dossier on Sentinel. And it shows his identity as a U.S. Senator, and he says that, now of course, the city will be able to provide you with a stipend, but I'm sure the Senator's estate will also be able to compensate you.
Yes.
As well as the political clout of having, allies on the up and up, and he puts his arm around your shoulder, because obviously you're best buddies with the mayor of Metro City too, so.
Well, it should be simple enough, I suppose.
Very good.
Although we're down to a 2-man team.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. Where two superheroes appear, well, you know what they say. And he goes back to his base camp. Well, there'll be a bigger time skip between this and the next session because
While we wait to rescue him.
well, you need intel on where exactly the Metro Menace is because the whole city is kind of like it's not an ash cloud, but it's bad right now.
I mean,
so.
didn't he just kidnapped him for like his own purposes?
Yeah,
It's not like a ransom or
He's
anything.
the Metro Menace. That's Mert's arch.
He's just diddling him in
Yeah.
some basement.
It's his arch.
I understand.
Okay, all right. But yours is dead. And no, your arch nemesis. He's dead.
Oh,
I saw it.
Right. Character.
You're dead.
Yours is dead.
Yours is dead.
Okay. This is out of game, so this knowledge is not privy to Mantis or to Stretch Armstrong, Dr. Epoch. Thank you. Epoch is rarely used. Okay, I am to my credit. Okay.
AKA the diddler.
All right. You guys are dead without the assistance of Father Time. Father Time will be able to bring you back to life, but you will not know the consequences of this until you have decided you want this for your characters. If you do not want that for your characters and wish to re-roll, you may do so. Father Time never found your ashes and never did his resurrection.
No, I'll do it immediately. I've already dealt with him once.
Okay, so you'll come back. Okay.
Sexual resurrection. No, I will not.
Okay.
Skeleton Town is
So you
really
died.
achieved his-
You died up in the sky with your arch nemesis.
Yeah, that I took care of most of what I assumed to be the cult. Skeleton Town has achieved his
Okay.
goals.
In that case, then, Mantis, a news agency comes up to you after you land, and they say, well, it is feared that your friend, Skeleton Town...
every person in this city mispronounces his name.
Was lost in the great explosion of the alien ship in the sky. What would you like the world to know about him? What were his exploits aboard that ship? This is the only news that will make it down here. We're totally in the dark of what happened aboard that ship.
I'm not really sure. He was doing his own thing for a while. I didn't see him much.
It looks like the obituary.
Can't even make something up that's heroic.
Worse than like anger or hate or any negative thing is just indifference and not remembering anything
It's
about
really
him.
forgettable.
I just don't remember anything about him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
That's what I do. To Skeleton.
And then everybody now is clapping
Yeah.
like that after
Set a trend.
they call it the Mantis.
Yeah, it's like the method best
Clap.
suited to having magic arms, you know. No.
Okay.
You don't have hands, so you can't clap like this. You only have your
Yeah, I
claws,
can
so
just
this is the
rub.
only way you can clap.
I can just rub my grotesque limbs together.
Alright. Well, then he will get a very... it's still a big story that one of the Racketeers' heroic sacrifice, but it will be imbued with no praise or details.
It's just really forgettable.
Some quiet funeral
Yeah.
and two
At least-
people attending.
at least
Like
we don't even go.
Just my students, maybe one of them or two.
At least the news agencies, they can't say that he was desperately attempting to flee the ship and then was like, just running through all
Yeah, that's true.
It actually don't know because
Yeah.
we were never together.
Right.
Don't know what.
All right.
What
So
you did.
studs on
Yeah, you
Signal.
don't know anything,
I'm
but
gonna
I
bring
did
you
know
up
that
to
shit.
Because
speed.
we were
We
always
split
on
up.
what
We got
yeah.
together, and then we
We'll
split up
exchange.
again.
Because that way you will have some secret
He's
information
doing his own
about
thing.
how you were brought back that nobody else except you and I will know.
You
So.
become my
I
best
want-
friends with Father Time
Yep.
at this
Oh,
point.
and Phil, you probably should get your
Yeah. I want
get your
him
new
to
character
roll.
rolling going.
Yeah,
Yep.
I can-
All right.
I can do that separately if you guys want. Right?
All right.
I
Yeah,
just
it's
got-
up to you guys.
I've got a
Yeah.
copy of the
I
book.
just got
I'm a
done
little
drawing
curious,
them.
like
Then
what
how
kind of powers
would we
you
see your rolls?
I like that a lot.
Okay, let's do the
You
rolls.
gotta like
Let's do the rolls
accomplish you
right now.
by it.
You
You
can
take
cheat.
it.
Let's do
That's
the
cool.
rolls.
Okay.
But I don't need to
Then
hide
roll
my
2d6
eye.
for your origin. Maybe you'll be trained like Dr. Calendar.
Maybe it'll be mutated like
Yeah.
the Mantis.
11.
You are unearthly. You are an alien, elemental, angel, devil, or even deity.
114.
Being
what
from
I
another
ended.
world or
Okay.
dimension.
So you got
I'll-
the highest. I got second.
I'll decide that specifically
Yeah.
later, I think.
You can increase
Thank you.
2 abilities by +2.
Whoa.
So those can be attributes or powers.
I plan
That's
on
like the
starting
best
reading
one.
that today.
Oh, cool.
Okay, but that's just
I
part of
would
Unearthly,
recommend
right?
Yeah,
starting
it's
with
I'll
the
just
prologue.
look it up later.
The preface is basically
Alright.
just
Alright, so now
kind
you're
of talking
gonna do
about
your
where it fits in the
attributes.
genre.
Uh,
But if you,
I'll just
yeah,
do
if you
D6,
want to read that,
2d6.
that's fine too.
Alright, I got a 9.
The story
That's
itself
a
starts with the
6.
prologue.
6. I got a.
Yeah, I was gonna play it
That
yesterday, but I
is
blocked
fine.
a game
I
called
got
Eco.
a.
What?
7.
Eco?
Yeah,
That's a
it's
5.
a really it's
Is
a
that an older game?
no, it's new.
got
It's
a
really cool.
10.
It's
That is a 6.
it's kind of like a survival game
Yeah.
where you craft
Got
stuff you
6.
build.
That is a
But
4.
like the premises in like 30 like real life days.
got
Like
a
if you play
6,
for
that's
30
4.
days straight, a meteor is going
Alright.
to hit your planet.
Okay,
And,
now
and you're started with nothing, so you have to go through like
2d6
all
for
the
your number
kind
of
of
powers.
ages in a
Oh,
sense,
so get like
7.
space ready so you
Yeah.
can leave.
3.
or defend
powers, huh?
against it.
Oh,
so
like
it's-
shoot it, intercept it.
2d6
Something like that.
Is it like an
for the first
RTS
power.
type
No.
thing, or
It's like
so,
a survival
so
game.
you're like running around
Yeah.
as a
6.
But the world's
Defensive
pretty
power.
small.
Have
but,
you
like,
streamed it at all?
1d6,
no.
1d6.
But
One
it,
is
like,
1. The second
what's
one
crazy
is 4.
too is like if you just
Force
like
field.
go around and like kill
Very
all
popular
like
one.
the
Yeah,
elk
apparently.
that are on the planet,
yeah.
they're done.
Okay.
They're extinct.
2d6 for the
Um,
second power.
When you chop down like all of one like species of
4
tree,
and 3.
then they're done.
No, just
Done.
Oh,
So,
7.
Seems
have
like a
to
really
pay
bad idea
offensive
to do
power.
that.
Yeah, you have to like balance it. You
1,
can destroy the planet before
5.
the meteor comes
blast.
by like
Yeah.
just going into like this
Blast from
So
the
insane
past.
pollution.
You're
and stuff.
encouraged
Alright,
to create
third
a
power.
sustainable pattern
6.
where you
Then
take
there's another
just enough
defense,
so that
or
it
you
can
can
the
reroll.
supply can recover.
Yeah.
So okay.
I'll reroll.
So me and my brother are playing. We're on
2.
day 1
Mental.
still. So
Mental. Ooh.
we're
Then
we don't have any
3,
like pollution or anything
6.
going on.
Illusion or images.
Are they
Would
not the same?
Cal Endar like to sponsor the construction of a statue of Skeleton Town in front of his school? That is some of his like relatives contacted you, knowing that you were one of his teammates.
I mean, what's like the? Is there a lot of public love for Skeleton?
Not necessarily.
This
This would go a long way in like.
Nah.
No. Okay, no. All right,
It doesn't- it
rejected.
doesn't
Is
really
his,
look
is,
at-
is his identity revealed then upon his death?
Was
Well-
he always wearing skeleton?
Did your students know that you were Skeleton Town?
Or did they
Sure, the
figure-
2 that I saved from the
Oh, like your two.
my 2 top students. knew,
Okay.
so I was
Yeah.
grooming them.
Yep. Well, then they're gonna share that with the rest of the students now that you're gone. That was their sensei.
2d6 for.
What's the difference between illusion or images? Or are they just the same?
Okay, so images are like, because that's what the robots had.
I will tell him.
Okay. Yep.
Illusion can project false sensory impressions into other minds. No effect on cameras, microphones, or other mindless sensors. Images are like illusions, but sensory projections rather than mental hallucinations. They do affect machines like cameras and ignore mental resistance. But you lack the ability to choose who perceives your illusions.
Right. So they're
So
like
one is in
broadcasts.
somebody's mind, one is
Yeah.
like a creation.
Right.
So it just sounds like images is better.
Depends.
I guess so.
For illusion targets, treat illusions as real unless they have some reason to disbelieve them, in which case roll an awareness versus illusioning. And they can suffer damage from illusory attacks.
Whereas for images,
Images is just
It's as
It's
real
just a
as the
sensory
image
projection.
appears to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like images more.
And for either one, you can acquire the other one as an extra. So.
Oh wow.
Roll 2d6 for your force field level.
6.
That's a 4.
Drop that fucking force.
For blast then.
Blast.
Increase that
7.
That's a 5.
Images. 5.
That is a 4.
All right.
I think. No, wait, hold on. I gotta do,
Specialties?
number of specialties 2d6.
4.
So you have 1 specialty.
All right.
And then a d6, d6.
5. 1.
Psychiatry.
Oh god, you're useless.
That's so funny.
Stealth,
Did you
say?
take images or
Psychiatry.
illusion?
Images.
Because it'd be really funny, a psychiatrist.
That puts illusions
Who
into
just
people's
fucks
minds.
with his patients. Like, he's really Hannibal. It'd be really Hannibal where he's like
Exactly.
trying to just mess them up as much as possible.
I mean, if I have the option, I might go back on that for that.
Well, that's your character.
I gotta keep going with Hannibal now that I mentioned that.
Well, I'll decide later if I want to go with images or illusions.
On the
Given
plus
that.
side, I did kill your arch nemesis before you died, so like,
True.
Hey, it was a team effort.
It was a
because
team
the
effort.
nullification was critical.
It was.
And I destroyed a whole ship. So.
well,
Solo
You killed
XP.
us. You killed us.
That was
Solo
all
XP.
hundreds of
I will
like
say,
tanks and
in
missile men.
character, I
That's
didn't
true.
know, I didn't know he did that.
Yeah.
Now he's dead, so I'm taking all credit for killing him.
That's true. You when you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I killed him. Well, you did.
I'm not taking credit for that, even though it would be great.
Taking credit for what?
Killing his arch nemesis.
Oh, yeah.
Not to come up with things about this man.
Alrighty. That's it.
That was a wild session.
Yeah.
That was
Why did you